Thursday. Like, the students were like, Mr. P, go home. You have corona.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, first of all,
were.
I don't. It's seriously, this happens every semester, give or take. But I do need to talk a little less. I need to project less today. So
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I know people are going to be upset if I'm not so loud, you know.
But it'll be fine. We'll not be upset. It's fine.
I know. I figured you'd be okay.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Yes.
By the way, can you see? Does it look a little lighter in this room? Can I just
Yes,
say?
it does.
You know why?
Lights in?
I fitted some new lights today.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, just a minute. I'll just get my camera and then you can see because these lights are just fucking ridiculous.
Really need to see.
I don't know whether you can see.
It's
Either that big, you can't even see them. But they are basically, isn't it? Let's get my camera back. The big, massive vintage light bulbs are huge things.
Okay.
But yeah, put new fittings up, did wiring and stuff, and that's turned the electric off, and yeah, they're good.
You got inspired because I was playing that electric game last week, and you were like, I want to do that.
That's it. I want to do it in real life. Do it in real life. It wasn't as easy somehow. It wasn't. Although it did only take me about 30 minutes to change both of them. So you know,
that it worked out
one's been broken for about.
Are you still talking about lights?
Get up, you. One's been broken for about 10 years.
Hey, I'm proud of it when I do that sort of thing. Yeah, you fix it after 10 years. So all it took was me playing this electric video game.
Did. And my wife nagging, going, you need to change those light fittings. So yeah, I did it. They look good.
Yeah.
But they're LED bulbs that look like
still going. Unbelievable.
Did you ask about the light bulbs, Chinny?
Yeah, she's saying she doesn't nag, but she does nag.
Yeah, whatever.
She just nags all the time, like constant nagging. It's like non-stop.
I don't know. I've met her and I've met you, and I'm willing to take her word over yours. No offense.
I don't know what you mean. I'm just going to ignore.
Is there any reason for us to not start right now?
No. No.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Yeah, here we go.
Welcome yo to the better.
That was a sound effect. That totally threw me out of this. Oh my god.
News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stew story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with soundbite saviors.
Things were just about to start getting crazy for us.
It's the veteran gamers.
Here comes the bigger man.
It's the veteran gamers.
Yeah, shut up, kid.
Yeah,
outlaw country! Woo!
Okay, like I was saying before. Okay, like I was saying before. I was rudely interrupted.
I'm a potato.
Hello and welcome to episode 628 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 628. What's up, people? I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
Hello.
I'm
Sorry.
Chinny.
Yeah, hello.
I'm Chinny. I'm too good to say my own words.
So I'm sorry. I just have to live stream and unmute and get
bullshit.
the things
like
ready.
It has anything to do with the other things you're doing. You're just too much of a prima donna.
And also being a prima donna as well.
Yeah, totally prima donna.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Just the way you real diva like the flaws it.
We love you anyway. We are not military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming life.
No, we are not. Can I just say we've had something very weird happen with the podcast in the last 7 days?
You cannot say we don't have any time. We got to keep moving.
Last 7 days, something weird.
The last 7 days.
In the last 7 days, we've had 14.2 thousand downloads, according to Podbean, which is about it's a lot up on our normal weekly download.
Well, it's just because we've gotten so much better. People are like,
I don't know. I think
it's
it's squiffy.
Tell your friends. Why are you so suspicious?
Because on Monday, right? So on the 9th of January, which was Sunday, because obviously that's the end of the week, so we don't have many downloads.
Wait, slow down. What? So Sunday's the end of the week?
Well, it is the end of our before we publish.
I know. I'm joking. Go on.
Anyway,
go on.
We had 28 downloads.
Yes.
According to this, and on Monday we had 5,037.
Yeah, because because that's when the new show went out.
I know. On Tuesday we had 5,718.
Because all the first 5,000 heard it and they were like, "This is awesome." And each of them told exactly one friend, and then they all downloaded it.
And then on Wednesday we had 956. I don't know.
Hold on a second. These numbers don't mean anything unless you tell us what it usually is.
On a weekly, I'll just a minute. I'll have to just give it a minute. I'll tell you.
You have to do it now. I just.
Oh, for God's sake!
Yes. By the way, I am Croaky Duke. For those who
Croaky Duke
people heard me earlier, but
Right, yeah, I'll tell you what we normally
it's the first week. No, let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay, you
the first
carry
week
on.
of classes is always I talk a lot, and it was also the end of. We didn't have a day off between, as we usually do, the last day of classes for the previous semester and the new day for the new semester. And it was the course expo. So I had all these parents asking all these questions, and I had to keep explaining over and over again how the English credits in our school work. So,
well,
that's
on
why
an
I sound like-
average month, so on an average
Yes.
month, we usually get about 4,000 downloads.
Well, we just had a really good month. That's all. You
So
don't
we
have
had
to be
our
suspicious.
monthly amount in a day,
Yeah.
twice.
Well, I don't know.
It's a
what
bit
to tell you.
squiffy.
Yeah,
It's a bit
no,
squiffy,
I
though.
should say thank you, SLH. That's very nice. And hello, Lord. You should have heard me on Thursday. I was literally sounding like this. I couldn't say anything. The students were like, "Go home, Mr. P. You're too sick to be here." I was like, "I'm not sick. I feel okay." But
COVID.
yesterday I
Still
did feel like
COVID.
crap. Saturday, oh God, I was wiped out yesterday. My head was just killing me all day, and I know what it was. It wasn't like whatever.
Are
I coulda
you
gotten a
sure
test,
you've
but-
not got COVID?
Well, if I had COVID, then I suddenly feel great today. So that's a pretty fast-acting COVID turnaround time. I think it's more likely it's the thing that happens every time I push myself too hard at school, which is that my body just shuts down and says, "You're gonna lie in bed for a day, God damn it," and it sucks, but that's the way it is. So anyway, how's everybody else?
I knew I shouldn't have messed with my camera.
No, you shouldn't have messed
I know
with
I
your
shouldn't have done
camera.
it. Shouldn't have messed with my camera. It's not quite right. I'm
Chinny,
fine.
how are you?
There you go. That's a bit
Okay.
better. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
good, yeah.
We
fine.
can see the roof behind you very well. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see the roof. And I'm not quite in the middle. I don't know what's going on here. Just a minute. I don't even know which way to move
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Just
this is a good time to adjust that. Yeah.
get up. I'm just
Well,
trying to.
Chinny, why don't you
I'm
talk
just
and let
trying
him
to sort this
adjust?
shit out.
I'm busy
you know what I'm saying?
eating.
Fine, I'll tell a story then
Go on,
because
you tell
somebody
a
needs to
story.
keep
There you
this
go, that's
podcast
better.
My
moving.
favorite time.
That's
It's
better.
story
Gotta get
time.
these things right.
Story time.
I just told my only story for the week. I don't really know what else to say.
I'll tell you what. Stu has changed the setting.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what's
What's
caused this massive influx of episode downloads.
And
What is, now you've said what? Now featuring hentai pornography discussion. What setting have you changed?
so basically now, before on iTunes, only the previous 30 episodes of this show were always available. So as one come out, another one went away.
Yeah.
Now, because Stu could be arsed and clicked a
Well, I
button,
never. To be fair, it wasn't
shut
that.
the
It's 'cause I
actual
never thought
fuck
about it.
up.
Oh,
Right. And you press the button, and now
I did.
you can scroll all the way back to. Oh, let me do it. Oh my god.
Well, you can scroll back to the very beginning, but some of the early ones just aren't there because a long
I want
time
to know
ago.
what trait retracted
I know.
from the chat.
So
It says message retract. I want to know what you deleted.
So-
You think we can't
so-
handle it? We
So
don't want to
the
look at your
oldest
chest.
episode you can download is 035's episode 19.
Oh, that's so bad.
Dude.
Are you still fucking with your camera?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you do it while just not talking? Can you, when you
Come on.
adjust your when I do something,
No, you can adjust
when I
it.
do
It's just-
something in
oh,
this
there we
room,
go.
when
It's
I do-
right now.
Stu,
I'm
when I
fine,
do
it's
something in
fine
this
now.
room, when I'm like moving or changing a scene, I don't talk my way. I go right. I've just got to press mute, and I've just got to move this OBS
Oh.
window, and then I'm going to move this.
All right, moving on.
So
Go
the
ahead,
oldest
Chinny.
episode, the oldest episode that you can now get to is 18th of October, 2008.
Wow.
And it's episode 19, and it's just called You can tell that Stu named these because they have terrible names.
Terrible
Call
names.
of Duty World at War ? What's all that about then?
That's
and
a
then-
proper no.
I don't know.
And
I
then-
think Hootie is a pretty good name for an episode.
And then like
Truth.
it gets it's a bit sporadic because it skips from episode 19 to 30, then 30 to 40, then 40 to 53, then 53 to 62, then 67. Then it seems to then it's
Well, what
wandering.
I don't know whether you remember this, Chinny, but not long after we first started, Podbean had a server crash. So whatever they stored all the podcasts on, it crashed, and they all
I
got.
feel like my brain might have sorted that into I couldn't give a
Yeah,
shit.
kiss your ring. Who cares?
By the way, Trey, thank you for fixing your grammar. I do have a story to tell, and it has to do with this sock that's still rubber banded to my headphones.
Is that what we're doing now? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. I ordered, because I played the Storytime sound. I just forgot that I had a story. I ordered a replacement cushion for my headphones. But here's the thing. Apparently, I had ordered the wrong model. I had ordered from, I didn't even look at it, to be honest. I just saw replacement foam. And I figured replacement foam, it'll stretch and fit. It might not be perfect, but I'll make it fit, right? No. I bought it. Apparently, the listing is for the Logitech H800, and I have the H600 model. So I got it, but it was a piece of shit. The 800 looks like it's bigger, but this is, I think I threw it away. Like, it didn't even come apart from the backing. Like, it's just a foam disc with a little lip. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So basically, I went for the cheapest one possible. I didn't check the model size, so I couldn't say this isn't as advertised or anything because I didn't check to see the model number. So I learned not to buy from that vendor again. They were quick and communicated well.
Tell you what, Amazon would have sorted it out for you.
Well, that's the thing. I went with eBay because I don't want to give Jeff Bezos money. So whatever. The point is, I ordered another set. This one comes with like 10 of them. So even if this one's no good, I can glue like 3 of them together and make a replacement pad. So next week, I won't be having a sock over my ear.
Well, I'm so pleased to hear that.
Yeah, everyone's going to be real happy to see me with a proper padding over my thing.
Yeah, that'll be good, I guess.
It was a great story, wasn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I know.
I am like,
oh, man.
Oh,
look at it.
You were on the edge of your seat, weren't you?
I
get it.
The edge.
Yeah.
I was just, I didn't even know where to put myself, to be honest.
Fine, who's got a better story?
I was so excited.
No other stories?
I don't think so.
Stu put up some lights. Chinny
put up some lights.
Snack.
Ginny had a snack.
Okay.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
We got to get to those hype pages. Talk about what's coming out this year.
Oh, yeah.
Stu's still gutted that we didn't do it last week.
I know. So, by the way, I've got Turkish Delight in.
Ooh.
Can I just say, I was going to move my camera again there, but this is the worst packaging ever.
You could just hold it up to the camera. That's the beauty of having a camera.
Okay.
You can hold things up.
Right, I'm just going to show you the outside of the tin.
He's got a huge tub of Turkish Delight.
Right, so you see the tin.
Up.
Yes, there you go.
You see the tin?
Oh, looks like a tin. It's a purple tin.
It's sideways.
It's massive.
If I was going to hold something up, I would hold it up. I would not hold up this cupcake container like this.
Big tin.
I would hold it like this, so you could read what's on it.
This is too visual. Keep going.
Pretty big tin. So, what are you expecting when you see a tin that size? You're expecting
Purple
quite a
stuff.
quite a lot of Turkish Delight inside.
No, it's packaging.
I don't know.
Packaging.
And this is it.
What percentage of it is packaging?
Probably about 100. I don't know whether you can see that.
There's
Okay,
there are 6 Turkish Delight in a very large tin.
And they're spaced apart. There's like 2 inches in between each one of them.
Diagonally arranged as well. So
Oh, yeah, it's true. That's a fancy packaging.
There's-
Now, here's the question, though. How much did you pay for that, Stu?
I didn't. So that's
How much did the person who bought it pay
I
for
don't
it?
know. Because
Well, then you can't complain.
So who gives
Because
a
if it was
fuck?
50 cents, that would be great.
50 cents.
But also, you get a tin.
Yeah, and
you could
I
put
guess.
all sorts of things in there, like
sorts of things.
meth, crack,
Like
heroin,
heroin,
other drugs.
Haribo sweets, maybe. I don't know.
I guess
Skank.
if
Well,
you're
it
desperate.
tastes all right.
Cocaine, powdered.
Crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, who's
all right.
time with games?
Yeah. Are we spinning the wheel, or am I just going first?
I ain't spinning no wheel.
Spin no wheel.
Okay, well then I'm just going first. What's up, Gavlar? He's not a fan of Turkish Delight. He doesn't have to worry about getting tempted into Narnia then.
Yeah,
Hey,
don't worry. I'm not
classic
going to send
literary
it to you.
joke.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
You know,
So,
that's why
I'm-
can I just say, that's why I like Turkish Delight. Because
of
as a
Narnia.
kid,
Okay.
from Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe, I'm like, it must be really good if it's exotic. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So there you go.
Yeah, so I've been playing Rocket League. I'm playing Fallout 4. I've been playing Mahjong, Solitaire, and Cat Slide Tiles. But none of that is what I'm going to talk about this week. I'm going to talk about a game that I've had on my wish list for a long time. And I finally pulled the trigger because there was a half-off sale on Steam. I believe it was even cheaper than it was over the winter sale. And that game is Astroneer.
Astroneer.
Astroneer is a survival space game. You are dropped on a planet.
Oh, I know
and
this one. Yeah.
It's cartoony, and you have to survive. You have to build stuff. You have to explore the planet. And I must say, when I first started playing it, I was a little befuddled because it is of the Minecraft school of crafting games in that it just drops you in and says, go ahead, do it. Now, unlike Minecraft, however, it does have quests. So when you first land on this planet, you got a little quest computer, and you have a little base, and you have a quest computer. And it's like, okay, go to work. Now, you notice maybe on the gameplay that we're looking at, there's a little light blue line that hovers between the player and the base. That is your oxygen line. And if that gets severed, then the oxygen meter on your backpack starts ticking down. And as soon as it's gone, you're going to start suffocating. And as soon as you get back near the base, it'll connect again by itself, and then you'll, and the oxygen meter will start. You know, your backpack will fill up with oxygen again. But your backpack can't hold very much oxygen. So what you need to do is you need to use your tethers to connect to the oxygenator on your base. And that way you have this line that you can stay tethered to even though you're far away from your base. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep. I can see it. I can see it's like a bungee cord attached to your back.
The biggest trouble is that you run out of tethers pretty quick. And if you want to go north of your base, you can go a certain distance and then you run out of tethers, and then you can, you know, run for a distance and keep track of your oxygen, and you get halfway done, you better run back so that by the time you start suffocating, you're back to your tethers again, right? And then you go back toward your base and you pick up all the tethers, and then you run in a different direction to the east, and then you're dropping tethers again, and you pick them up as you run back. So it becomes kind of exhausting after a while. I would think that instead of crafting a 3D printer, which is one of the first things that you craft, I might craft some sort of portable oxygen tank to wear on my back. So
Duke, it's funny you should say that.
Why is that funny?
Because another game you've owned for an enormously long time and never played.
Called
Subnautica. Oh, here we go again. I can't go a week without Stu telling
you're not
me I need to play Subnautica.
You're not going to believe this, Duke, right? But you start off with a small oxygen tank, which means you can't go very far, right?
Yeah.
And then as you get further into the game, get more resources, guess what you can do?
Build a bigger oxygen tank.
Build a bigger oxygen tank so you can go further.
That's
Holy
great.
cow.
Anyway, back to this game I was talking about. So there's no real way to pause.
We're talking about Astroneer, ladies and gentlemen. Astroneer.
It's okay that there's no way to pause as long as you're connected to some oxygen. The second you're not connected to oxygen, it becomes a problem because your oxygen is dripping down and you better get back to it.
What's your goal in this game? Is it to get your ship back up again?
I don't actually know what the goal is, to be honest, because I've only played it a little bit, and it's not, I mean, I assume it's to, I know you can explore other planets. So there's like, I think 7 that you could go to.
So is this
right
planet
now,
not just breathable?
Apparently not.
Well,
I mean,
it
I'll
looks
be
like
honest,
it should be. It's green.
it's
It's got
plants
trees.
everywhere.
It's got grass.
trees that should produce oxygen. You should be
I
fine.
know, right?
I
You
mean,
would think so. Or at the very least, as on No Man's Sky, you could like chop down the trees and like use them in some way to make oxygen.
Exactly.
Nope, not in this game. Also, it's all 3D or a third-person perspective, so you're behind your character all the time. And normally in a 3D POV, you move the mouse to look around, right?
Yeah.
Not in this game. In this game, you move the mouse to interact with stuff around you, and if you want to look around, you have to right-click and then drag it around. Now, that's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world either. The biggest problem is that I would occasionally be like trying to interact with something on the right side of the screen, and then I'd want to like pull the camera toward the left, which meant I had to click further to the right, but that's my second monitor. And then I'm right clicking on my second monitor. It's like, do you want to personalize your desktop? I'm like, no.
And you're like, no.
Right. So that was kind of frustrating. At one point, the instructions say, and I did complete some of the missions, and it's like, here's your storage unit or whatever. And I should say, the storage in this game is kind of weird because, you know, in Minecraft and probably in Subnautica, certainly is true in Rust, you have an inventory, right? You open your inventory, and like there's a grid of things, right?
Yeah, shit you've collected, shit you're working on, shit you made.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
Not in this game. You have a backpack, and you can click on your backpack anytime. Your backpack has these 8 circular spots on it, and if you get a bunch of dirt, you have a spot on your backpack that's got like a clump of dirt on it. It's really kind of weird. Now, you can't use that dirt to build stuff up unless you make a canister and use the canister to store a bunch of dirt in, and then you can pull from the canister in order to build up terrain. And that will become important in a minute. So the inventory system is kind of weird because until you make a storage platform, which is just like your backpack, except it has more little spots for you to put stuff in. There's no chests. There's no, I mean, as far as I can tell, it's just these, you have these like pegboards and you can put organic plant matter, dirt, clay, whatever. At one point,
can I just say, I like the fact it's like a Hoover. I like the
yeah,
Hoover
it's
mechanic.
really cool. The graphics are amazing, and taking the terrain out is fun because it's like, yeah, it is like a Hoover. It would go well with wearing a hoodie, so you get the Hoover.
There you go. I've got my hoodie on, by the way. Again.
Right. The mission said, the mission computer said, gather compound, and I was like, any compound in particular that I'm supposed to be looking for? Because that's one of the first things you need to do. Gather resin, gather compound. And the compound are these gray dots you see flying around the screen. So eventually I looked up on the internet, what is this compound I'm supposed to be looking for? And they show you what it's like. And, oh, I think I've seen that. So I went and found some of that. Well, you use that to make tethers. So, okay, fine. I've made tethers. And so I'm able to, move further from my base. And then I go out to the east, and then I can put some tethers down. So I go north and so forth and so on. Yeah. The problem is that, and
it looks very well made, Duke.
It is very well made in some respects, but here's the thing. Look, suppose you're playing Minecraft and you fall down into a cave, right? Sometimes that happens, right? You're digging, trying to get stone or whatever for your first tools, and you accidentally fall into a cave, right? What do?
You sort of dig.
Yeah, dig yourself out.
Or you explore, right. You dig yourself out.
Well, right. Okay, so here's the difference. In this game, when you fall into a cave, which I did as soon as I started looking for more compound, well, I started dying because I didn't have oxygen. And I had a tether way up high, and I'm like trying to jump with another tether to get near it. And I placed one near it, but then it was still too far away from the ground to reach me. So I had to keep trying, and that was my last tether. So I had to keep trying to jump up to get to that. And then I'm like, okay, I need to get out of here. So I started excavating, trying to go up, right?
Yeah.
And at this point, I didn't realize I needed a canister in order to put the stuff down on the ground. I could have just jumped up, put some down, jumped up, put some down. Well, I didn't know. I didn't have a canister, so I couldn't do that. So I'm trying to dig out up at an angle, and I feel like I'm making progress. And then I guess I hit another cavern, and then dead.
Oh, no.
God damn it. And that was all my stuff. I had all my stuff on my corpse. So I'm like, okay,
no.
Now I got to go find my corpse.
Well, these are the hazards of exploring a new planet, dude.
Oh, God. So I go back, and I'm okay, I'm going to dig down toward where my corpse is. Okay. So I'm digging down, being very careful, trying to do some like zigzag. So I have like a ridge to walk back up, right? When it's time. Cavern.
Oh, my God.
Where's my corpse? Where's my corpse? Dead.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Fun.
So then I was like, all right, I'm going to be very, 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 very
This isn't
careful.
going well, can I say? This
It
was
did
not going well.
Go well.
Oh, there.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to be very, very careful now, and I'm going to slowly dig down and like watch where I'm going. And that's the other thing. The third person POV means that it's very hard to tell like where. I mean, there's a lot of polygons, which is great, but it's hard to tell like where one polygon ends and the next begins in order to give you an indication of where the cliff edge is going to be. I mean, it's hard to tell in Minecraft sometimes where there's a big canyon opening up, right? This is even more so. So, and I had a canister. I was like, I'm going to make a canister. I'm going to be able to put some, dirt back up so I can get out. And I went down very carefully, putting tethers down, making like a pathway, building some up, going down, building up, going down, moving around very carefully, getting down. Fall. Okay, I'm almost dead, but I'm not dead. And I have my tethers. I'm tethered to the oxygen. Okay, cool. So I'm not going to die. All I got to do is get out. I spent legit 20 minutes trying to get out of that goddamn cave.
Mm-hmm.
I was building little spots I could jump on, and you can't jump for shit. So I'm hopping and I'm trying to get up. Fall down. Crap. Tether falls off. I have no connection to the rest of my oxygen.
I just want to say, this game. I'm done.
Uninstalled. Refund, because I just barely quit at the 2-hour mark. Because I was like,
can I just ask a question?
Hang on, let me finish. Hang on, let me finish.
Right,
After an hour, I said, okay, you know what? Look, this is frustrating, but I'm just not getting something because the reviews on Steam are, quote, very positive. Everybody loves this game. And I was like, I looked up, can you change the POV? No. Can you, what's the way to get out of caves? Well, all the forums on Reddit and everything says getting out of caves sucks. And everyone's like, I love how it's hard to get out of caves. It makes it more challenging and more rewarding. So all these things that are bugging the crap out of me are just features of the game, not bugs. So I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to keep going with it. I don't want to give up on a game so easily. But as I got to an hour, 50 minutes, I was like, you know what? This isn't fun. I don't expect it'll get fun. I'd rather have my money back. So I refunded it. So
I've got to say, this dude's making it look very easy to climb.
Well, more power to him, because maybe.
But no, the question I had was, did you actually ever get the stuff back off your corpse?
No, God, no. I had like 7 corpses scattered around my landing area, and I have no idea what happened to any of them. No, absolutely not. And that was the other thing. Like, I had pulled up a bunch of compound, but they were on different corpses. So I was supposed to make more tethers out of those compounds, but I didn't have the compounds to make the tethers with, and I can't go get more because I had taken all the, you know what I mean? I gotten all the compound from the area that my tethers would reach to. So, like, what are my options? Go down into the caves and hope there's some compound that I don't die while trying to harvest. So, look, I admit that, I'm not the greatest video game player of all time, but I've played 800 hours of Rust. I've played a lot of Minecraft. I've played a lot of different crafting games. And No Man's Sky. The fact that this was so baffling and frustrating to me, I don't know what to say. Like, it could be me, but I think it's just a very different kind of game and not my kind of game.
Do you know what amazes me, dude? Right? You keep playing all these weird, shitty games that aren't that great. And I know you thought it would be. Because
to be fair, look, and I'm not saying it's not great. Many things about this game are great. It's just not. It's just it's the way the game is built.
But the point I'm making is, you own someone gifted you one of the best crafting exploration games, and you've never played it. And it just fascinates me. And you play these and you're just like, oh, it's terrible. Oh, I hate it. Fuck this game. I'm done. You've got a game in your library that actually you will probably really enjoy, which is what you're looking for to scratch your itch, and you've never given it a go.
Yeah, at some point I will, I'm sure. Probably, maybe.
Do you know what I mean?
At this point, it's kind of fun to troll you because you get so mad that
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Oh, well, you sound mad.
I'm not mad. I just find it baffling.
Okay. You're fascinated.
Well, it's fun to baffle you then.
I'm baffled.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm baffled why you don't give it a go.
I used to subscribe to a magazine called The Baffler, so maybe that's fair.
But maybe that's what it is.
Anyway, so I reinstalled No Man's Sky. I haven't started playing it again, but that's, it's like when I play a substandard RPG, I'm like, screw this, going back to Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can see where you're coming from.
Astroneer, thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Oh, wow.
So, Chinny.
Hello.
Talking about spinning wheels.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned that earlier. Spinning the wheel.
Yeah.
We were spinning the wheel, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Did we go on Wheel of Fortune?
We did, spinning a big
wheel of fish.
We played VR poker because they have a roulette mode on there now.
Always bet on black.
Well, we were betting on everything. Chinny had this sort of thing where he just sprinkled the.
How did I do?
You did pretty well, to be fair, unbelievably.
Yeah.
You won quite a lot of cash.
Listen, I remember the first time I went into a casino. Okay. We're going back in time here. I was 18.
Oh, wait, hang on a second. I'll give you the flashback sound effect. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
Charlie, you ever play roulette?
On occasion. Well, let me give you a word of advice.
Always bet on black.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Wesley Snipes. Okay, flashback, right. Here we go.
So I'm in the casino. I'm 18 years old, right? It's kind of like a work thing. And
Oi, are you old enough to be in here?
yes, I
How
am.
old are you?
I am.
How old?
I'm 18.
Okay, just keep your nose clean, son.
Here's my ID.
Oh.
So I went in and I thought, oh, I'll go on the roulette. I went on my own to the roulette table, and there were these 3 old ladies, and then I was like, yeah, join us. 5 minutes later, I lost all my money.
Yeah.
Like, gone.
Oh no.
That's how it goes.
All right. I got robbed by a little old lady, and I didn't even see it coming. Roulette is a very quick way to lose your money.
And she said, "Fuck you, get out of here, Sonny."
So, but when I went to Vegas and played roulette, I did all right, and I got some tips.
Okay.
From this guy.
did?
He was giving me advice all night about techniques and what odds and percentages and da 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 da. This guy was from, I think he was from Brooklyn. I'm pretty sure.
Brooklyn?
No, he was from Chicago. He's from Chicago.
Chicago?
Same enough, same place. And I forget where the other guy was from, but they were all friendly. And he's like, "Stay on this table, man. Stay here, stay here." I was gonna go. I was like, "No, you stay here, stay here." I was like, "All right, okay."
So
And,
this guy was from a comedy sketch about Italian people. Hey, stay here.
You
Forget
stay.
about it.
Hey, you're staying here now. You understand what I'm saying?
Maybe break your fucking legs.
I don't like the fact if you go and I start losing, you're gonna start losing fucking limbs. You understand me?
Now, is this you all playing on the screen?
No,
or
this is just some random people.
Sorry, go on.
So you know, I picked up some tips. I mean, it is the main advice for roulette is just fucking bet on anything, right? Because there's no pattern to anything.
Well, I was going to say, how do you strategize about roulette?
You can't.
You can't. But you bet more. You don't put like. Don't go all in on a number, basically. That's
Right,
ridiculous.
of course.
But yeah, you know, it's but the way it's implemented though is pretty good, isn't it?
It was very slick, I have to say.
Because you can you can grab your chips as a whole. So with the sort of
Once we got used to it, and once you figured everything out and told us all.
yeah, with the middle because you got two triggers. You got like a middle finger trigger, and then you've got your like a traditional trigger, like your index finger trigger. And when you grab the chips with the middle finger trigger with the grip, and then you can drop chips pressing the trigger anywhere you want on the table. But also I discovered a far cooler way of doing it, which is if you hold down one of the top buttons, it gives you an arc and it lets you fucking throw them onto where you want to go. So
Well, which is, do you know what? It's quite a good idea because when you're sat in a chair stationary, you can't always reach everywhere.
You can't reach, yeah. So
Can't reach.
So you're tempted to sort of just bet on what's in front of you because you can't reach. That's the problem with the roulette table. It's so big. But like they've come up with a way of like, oh well, you can just sort of throw it over, which is good. And
it was accurate. It worked really well.
Yeah, it was really good. Good fun. I enjoyed it. I'd definitely play that again. Would you, Stu?
Yeah, defo. I mean, I was all right till I started falling asleep.
Yeah, you did fall asleep.
I did.
But that's fine. But it was good fun. I really enjoyed VR roulette. I'm not sure. I think if I had the choice right now whether to play VR poker or VR roulette, I think I'd try roulette again.
Yeah, I think what's interesting if you were like real life, when you think about it, it's weird because casinos are obviously designed to just fleece you with as much money as they can.
No, they want you to have a good time.
Well, they do, but with poker, you can actually play that for quite a while before you're fleeced. You know what I mean? You can play the roulette.
There is skill involved with poker, but not roulette.
Yeah, every other thing in a casino is pretty much all luck. I mean, like craps, roulette, Wheel of Fortune, slot machines, whatever it is. There's only really poker and obviously blackjack that have any kind of. I mean, blackjack hasn't got much
less skill than poker, but still,
yeah,
there's a little bit of.
But you can still play for quite a while. But
At least you
the
can do
rest,
something. Yeah,
exactly. The rest of these games are literally
it's
there
almost
to
like they've
take your
designed
cash.
games to be very quick and efficient, taking money from you, but
give
also
you the appearance of possibility of winning.
but also make it likely that you could win because it's just a ball in a wheel. Like, how's that a bad thing? Balls are fun. Wheels are fun. I like it. Roulette's really well implemented, and I want to play more of it. Stu. I want to play more.
No, they definitely did a good job of it. I mean, to be fair to them, and it's a bit of a nightmare, really, but they update this game probably every week or so. They open, they polish something or wash some bugs or whatever.
A fair bit of money from it. It's always very popular.
Oh yeah, but the downloads for the updates are massive. I mean, it's about 4 gigabytes now.
Yeah,
just to do an update.
But we got joined by Adam and Andy Cox.
Weird, Adam and Andy Cox, and obviously Nicole. Don't forget Nicole.
And Nicole, yeah.
Howdy.
Good fun.
It was good fun. It was pretty good fun. While we're on that, should we talk about the Walkabout mini golf as well? Because we played that together before.
I guess.
The poker.
I mean, it's just
might as well get that done.
It's more mini golf.
More mini golf. So we played the Gardens of unbelievably, Chinny. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Unbelievably. But basically, and I didn't know this was a thing, whether it's only just been implemented, I don't know. But if you're playing in co-op, if one person in the party owns something the others don't, you can still play it together, which is cool, which is pretty cool.
The thing is about, so for listeners, and I've said this before, this isn't new, when you play games with Stuart Fowler, he doesn't reserve his opinion for the podcast. He doesn't play a game, absorb it, enjoy the moment, and then go, I'll think about what I want to say afterwards. He's basically, he has no filter, Stu. So he's like, he's reviewing the game as he's playing the game. That's how Stu plays games. He's like, but the artwork's really good in it. Or like he'll say like, that's he'll pick the level, and you're like, you don't need to. Oh, we can all play. We don't need to own it. That's really good. It's really good that the developers have done that. Stu, take your shot. Take your shot. Sure.
Yeah, it's really good. But I noticed a few things I hadn't noticed before, which is also kind of cool. Little attentions to detail.
Which is,
for instance, like the marker for your ball is a miniature version of your ball, because obviously there's fucking hundreds of balls in this.
And again, when you notice that, everybody laughed.
I know. But for me, right, they could have just used a different coloured marker for each play.
Because then you know which one's yours. You're making it look that's like look they've implemented like
but it says your turn when it's your go, so you know which is yours.
Like they fucking reinvented.
No, but it's a fact they've done things they didn't have to.
I think they did.
That's
have
what
to
I like.
do, though,
no, I don't think they did.
To give you a marker that looks like your ball, I think that's like the bare minimum they could fucking.
When you play golf in real life, you don't have a fucking marker that looks like your ball. You just have a little fucking. You put a golf tee down most of the time, to be fair.
No, if you use a marker, people have customized markers on golf.
I don't know. I saw Happy Gilmore. He just puts a quarter down.
A white or a quarter or a coin.
Ball in a fucking friendly game of golf anyway. Look, idiots.
But you do if you're on the green.
Yeah, but you just fucking work around it. I don't know.
Chinny, when you're on the green.
Yeah, Chinny. Yeah, like snooker. Why do you bother fucking taking turns? Why don't you just do 2 or 3 shots? Even if you
I would welcome that.
Yeah, I bet you would.
If the ball's in the way on the green on a golf course, I just play snooker anyway. I just get down and knock it out.
Oh, bet you do. Anyway, it's good.
It's good. It's good.
We played
the Babylon
we
level.
Had a laugh.
It was fucking brutal.
Yeah,
it's good. Good fun.
It is rock hard.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? We had fun. We did have quite a few holes where it were like, you were run out of shots.
Yeah, I didn't do very well at all.
No.
But it did. You don't talk about the bad stuff, do you?
No. Who won, by the way? Just saying, who won?
But look, people dropped out.
Yeah, that was that's
froze.
They dropped out because his headset battery went flat,
and that's the game's fault.
It is the game's fault that his headset battery went flat. I don't remember many were there technical issues.
It was freezing a bit and laggy.
I didn't really notice that, but maybe I just didn't notice that. I don't know. But yeah, no, it was good. Must be your internet connection.
Yes,
of course it is. But it was good. It was good. We had fun. It worked. Everybody got in. You can have up to 5 players as well.
There's another annoying thing what Stu does when Stu reviews games, but I'll reveal it when he talks about another game.
Oh yeah, all we've done this week is all the games I've got on my list, apart from one.
The games I've played with you. Yeah.
The games we played together.
Yeah, look, that's basically my list as well.
Yeah. Duke, have you got anything else?
No. It was
all right, in that case.
and trying to not be too exhausted from school all week.
Okay. So, Chinny, in that case, you want to talk about the thing that we didn't play together then? That's on your list.
Oh yeah, I played BattleToads.
What?
BattleToads. Yeah.
Did you really play BattleToads?
There's a new
Isn't this a very old
BattleToads.
game?
It's on his list.
Okay.
No, it's a new one.
Fair enough. Okay.
Because
there's a old meme about calling up GameStop and being like, "You have BattleToads?"
Yeah. I know about them. I know. I've got that
I thought
game.
You were trying to meme us or
No.
try to scam us. Okay.
I've got that very game.
All
On the very game.
Not sure when this one came.
Now, the original was notoriously one of the hardest games of all time.
Yes.
Is this one also very, very difficult?
It's tricky.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it.
Why'd they remake this? It's not like that's a franchise people are in love with.
Well, believe it or not, this sort of came about because, Xbox don't have a lot of franchises that people are desiring, and
You don't say.
Phil Spencer is a fan of BattleToads, right? He's just like a fan of it. Phil Spencer's the head of Xbox, and he wore a BattleToads t-shirt at an E3 once. And people were like, it's coming out, and that sort of started a BattleToads, remember BattleToads? And then it came out, and everybody was like, oh, do you remember BattleToads? And so BattleToads is a 2D brawler, sort of akin to Streets of Rage and whatnot. I played it co-op with Tara. It is local co-op and online co-op. And
can I just interrupt for a second there, because I've currently got Millie and the boyfriend in the conservatory getting ice out of the freezer for the gin.
Oh, they're getting ice.
Trying to be really quiet.
What up, Millie?
Yeah,
talk to us about video games. Get your ice. Get your drink on, girl.
Jim says hello. Come over and say
hello.
Come over.
Did you know I was here?
Yeah, I knew you were there.
No, see, I was being quiet.
Well, he didn't know you were here because I've just told him you were here. Now he knows you're here.
Yeah, Stu goes, they're here. Gin, ice.
Yeah. Say hello then.
Hello.
She's 20 now. Can I just remind you both? She's
I know,
20.
right? That's why she's guzzling down the gin.
Podcasted with you for 13 years.
Ginny's waiting.
Yeah, we have audio clips of you when you were 6 years old.
Yeah.
There you go. 6 years old audio clips.
Do you want to meet Adam?
Yeah, do you want to meet Adam?
Get him on.
Yeah, hey Adam, tell us what the last video game you played is.
Here he comes. Oh, last
Adam,
video
what's
game.
the last...
Actually, Adam, tell him about the last video game you played.
God of War.
God of War on PC.
God of War. Oh, it's on the PC now. Are you playing on the PC?
He can't hear you, by the way. But
I know. That's
what you're using you as a fucking vehicle, Stu.
He's lip reading. He's lip reading.
How do you say Stu's a prick? Let me. Hold on.
Just tell. Hey Stu, say Stu is a prick.
Hold on. All right, get Adam to look at that.
Sorry, Millie and Adam.
Adam to look
doing
at.
a bad job translating what they say.
What was he done?
This is what I have to put up with, Adam. All the time. All the time.
By the way, we do. Thank you, Millie. You're correct, Millie. They do have to put up with me.
Is God of War on PC good, Adam? Tell him, is it good? It's very good, apparently.
Very good. Very good.
Did you play the old ones, Adam?
Did you play the old God of War? Have you had it? So he's never had a Sony.
Okay.
Have you had
I hope you enjoy it.
Ever?
Yeah, I had a PlayStation 2.
He had a PlayStation 2, but he never played God of War.
Yeah.
Kick him out.
Millie, he's never played God of War. Why are you with this guy?
Yeah, Duke wants to know why you're with him if he's never played God of War before.
Me?
Yeah, why are you with him if he's never played
God of War? Is there anybody else
before?
who's with him in the room?
No. Right, you can go now. God's sake. Honestly.
Is he a good kisser? Ask if he's a good kisser.
He wants to know, is he a good kisser?
How do you like my sock on my head? Come back. Damn
She's
it.
gone. She's gone.
I had so many
It
questions.
says, how do you like the sock on his head because his earphones are broken? Look.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah, she likes it.
No, it's
said she
ridiculous and
likes it.
stupid.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you for lying, though.
Bye.
She looks so grown up.
Bye. Enjoy your gin.
I know, she's 20.
She looks
20.
so
Yeah.
grown
Can you
up.
believe it? Can you
Oh,
believe
Hold on,
it?
so she's 20 now. So she would have been.
She is.
Last time I saw
She would have been
her-
less than 20 in the past.
She was less than 20.
I was on The Simpsons. According to our aging software, she should be approximately 25 years older.
Oh
It
my
says
God.
25.
It's like Mitch Hedberg jokingly goes, show me a
Yeah.
picture of you when you're older. Every picture of you is when you're younger. Yes.
Where'd you get that
so,
camera?
what the fuck was I talking about? BattleToads.
I have no idea.
BattleToads.
BattleToads.
God of War.
I played fucking BattleToads. Duke, I think I've
Yes.
emailed you. I think.
Okay.
A
Lots of
clip-
people email me. You're not special.
I've recorded Tara's.
Ooh,
audio.
Tara's clip.
So
Yeah,
play
okay.
that. This is what Tara's review is, and then we'll
Tara,
just
we
fucking
just
move on.
played BattleToads co-op. Thoughts?
After stage 4 has now been completed, stage 4 act 1, I'm done.
Oh,
I enjoyed it.
snap.
My favourite thing was the like the travelator thing.
The bikes.
No. Oh yeah, on the bikes.
Yeah.
And then I just got frustrated because I couldn't see where I was half the time. There was too much going on.
That sounds like
on the
Astroneer.
screen, and I couldn't tell where I was. Couldn't tell where I was.
So what do you give the game?
Out of what?
17.
Out of 17. Well, you know, I prefer a driving game, and there was driving in it,
Mm-hmm.
ish.
Mm.
So I'm going to give it a solid 11.
Out of 17.
I'm going to go for 12.
12 out of 17.
Wow, that's
12
not
out of
too bad.
17.
Interesting. Thanks for your time. Would you recommend it to anybody?
Everybody, even if you have an amphibian phobia, it's fine.
Toads. Did you find it funny?
In parts, yes. Not their jokes, but when you when you run into the
wall.
obstacle. Yeah.
Thanks, Tara.
You're welcome.
It felt
Wow.
like y'all were really close to the mic.
She was quite drunk.
She sounded
Oh, okay.
very excited to have
She was
played
quite
it. is all
drunk.
I can
Yeah.
say.
So BattleToads is like a 2D brawler. As you can see on the screen now, there is a level which is a nod to the very, very difficult level that BattleToads used to have, where you're on a
Yes.
bike, and on the Game Boy you used to go left to right, but this is sort of like you're going down straight on, pretty much like a racing game, like a 2D racing game, and you've got to avoid these panels and death traps and all sorts of stuff.
Can I just say, is this a game that was in Uncharted that they were playing? I have a feeling.
No. That's
Was it
called,
not?
That's called Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, that's right. I knew there was a game they were playing in the living
That is
room
quite
together.
possibly
wasn't it?
the oldest thing you've ever said. Like that makes you sound like an old man.
Old man.
The shooting is that a Halo game and Call of Duty the same game?
No.
Yeah.
No, they were in the living room
Yes,
in
I know.
Uncharted.
I've
It's
never
nothing
played
to do with
Uncharted
that.
4, and I still know the answer to your question. No, they were playing Crash Bandicoot because
Yeah.
Naughty Dog made Crash Bandicoot.
Ah, there you go. I knew it was something like this. I was close.
Not really.
Get it.
So you're on these bikes and you got to avoid stuff. This was very fun, but also really infuriating at the same time. A little bit later on, you do little things where you go back.
You see, I look at this and it looks like one of those constant runner mobile games.
It does a bit, yeah. It does a bit. But the artwork's nice and everything. So the whole story of the game is that the BattleToads, you start off the first level, and the BattleToads have been living in a basement in a simulation, and they didn't know this for the last 26 years. They didn't know that they've been in a bunker, and they still think they're superstars. But they're not superstars. Nobody's heard of them, so they have to try and Yeah, it's very self-aware and meta, as the kids say. And there's the little cutscenes where it's quite funny, I suppose, but it's all very sort of tongue-in-cheek and silly. It's okay. It's just pretty boring, I suppose. Like 2D brawlers are boring.
They've had their time, and we don't need them anymore.
Yeah, it's just this genre that's just it's just died, and you play them. I feel like Castle Crashers was the one where like it came out at the right time where we hadn't had like another go at 2D brawlers. Streets of Rage 4 hadn't come out, this hadn't come out, all the other ones. I think like Scott Pilgrim was one. And look, Castle Crashers was like, oh yeah, remember 2D brawlers? And also, this is a really, really good one, Castle Crashers, I mean, because it had so much leveling up, it had like an overworld, it had a fun soundtrack, it just had tons of stuff going on. And this is just so simple. It's just such a very simple 2D brawler. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. It's like kind of pleasant.
Not according to Tara.
Well, look, I suppose.
Yeah, she didn't sound impressive. I'm being honest.
If you had like kids, do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like you don't mind them like playing a game with lots of punching and stuff. It would be fun for kids. It would.
So, are
be
you
a fun kids
suggesting
game.
Tara's a kid?
No, I'm just like I don't have a child, Stu, to play with. You see,
Ah.
so I looked around the house, and I have a wife.
So you're the kid?
No.
Oh.
But anyway, the game's fine. It's just fine. I've had it installed on my Xbox. I was like, right, I'll play this.
Is this on Game Pass then?
Yes, because it's made by Rare. So Rare are owned by Microsoft. So yeah, it's on Game Pass. And it was people were like, bring BattleToads back, and then in 2019 they brought BattleToads back, and nobody give a shit. So here we are.
Yep.
Oh well, at least they did it. At least they did it.
I feel like that's why they did it, so they can say we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had nothing better to do. To be
was
fair,
there any good reason for it? No. Did we
No,
make a lot
I
of
mean,
money? Probably not.
No, it probably made nothing back. But hey.
Yeah, well.
Ah, wow. Bless them.
You get a shot, and now we know to stay away.
It's over.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, stop. People can stop asking for BattleToads.
It's over.
Done.
It's over. So I've been playing a game that Chinny also said he would play, and then didn't.
Oh, that's not like Chinny.
I know.
I had the choice today. I had the choice.
Well, you'd forgotten to be fair until I mentioned it. You went, oh,
but today, after we played that game that we're going to talk about,
hangnail.
Yeah.
I had the choice. I could either play Mass Effect or I could practice snooker. That was my
so
choice.
you chose to practice snooker
because I've got a cup game tomorrow.
You got a cup game.
6
So is that
game of Mass Effect?
Is that playing on your own? You're not in a team or a duo or any of that malarkey?
Individual, but it's the 6 Reds Cup. So there's only 6 Reds on the table instead of 15.
Ah,
so
interesting.
I've never played 6 Reds, so
okay.
I wanted to get some practice with just playing 6 Reds because basically every red is very, very valuable in a 6 Reds match. Whereas because
there's only 6 of them.
There's only 6 of them.
Yeah, there's 6 of them.
Where there's 15, I can give a few away. With 6 Reds, you're fucked.
Ooh, you gotta get one of those 6 Reds.
And it's best of 7.
Oh, okay.
So I've got even if it's like 2-0, 3-0 down, I've got a chance.
There's always a chance.
It's always a chance.
It's always a chance.
So anyway, I didn't play Massive, but I think I'm gonna make a. How many hours are you in Mass Effect?
I'm 8 hours in, believe it or not.
So
more than 8 hours in.
By next week, what do you reckon? You might be 10 hours in, 12 hours.
Maybe a bit more. Yeah, maybe about 12. I reckon I'll double it.
I reckon I can
double it.
I reckon I can catch you up.
You reckon you can catch me up? So obviously, you get the choice at the beginning where you want to go. It's pretty open actually. I forgot how open it is. It just goes, where do you want to go? So I went to Pharos. You remember the Pharos mission?
Nah,
not really. I remembered a little bit about because this is the first mission where you're introduced to the Mako. So
no, I don't
you go to
much.
this. Yeah, you go to this place. It's called Zoo's Hope. This place, and they've got all these colonists there that are meant to be looking for Prothean artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the premise. That's the premise. So you're gonna go to this place and find out what's gone down because some shit's gone down.
Mm-hmm.
So you get there and then they're like, oh, there's fucking shit going on. There's fucking thing, the gaff, they're in the tunnels and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna go and shoot them in the face for us because we can't do that. And then this woman's really like horrible to you because she's like, oh, you're only here because you want something, whatever. So you go down and right, you kill all the gaff that are there for them, and you do all these little side missions and stuff just to keep them happy. Then turns out there's a plant buried underneath them called a thorian, and the plant then is like takes over all the colonists to attack you. So you help them, and the next thing you know, they're shooting you and stuff. And you have to go to this secret lab where they're doing these experiments.
Don't you have the choice to kill this plant species?
Yeah, no, you have to kill it. You have to. I think no matter what. Yeah, no matter what sort of.
Who do you meet on this planet? Like, what ally would you meet on this planet?
You meet. I can't remember what her name is now, but she's the daughter of one of the scientists.
Human.
Yeah, human. So she's a daughter of one of the scientists, and she's like, "Oh, I've been doing this stuff for I can't remember what they're called now." This
she come onto your ship.
I think she does. She hasn't done it at the moment because I've just literally left the planet. But I feel like she comes along afterwards. But she's like, oh yeah, my mum and stuff, and she didn't know I was doing all this stuff for the Marlboro smoking man person, and really we just wanted this thorian plant for Sauron because he wants to control everybody by using the plant. And you get is it Liara?
Yeah.
The blue lady.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it, but she comes out of the plant.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
So she plops out the plant after you've killed it.
Don't say plops.
She plops. She literally does plop.
She does plop.
She's in like a pod on the wall and plops out. She like plops onto the floor.
Save her life.
You save her life, and then she's like, "Oh, I'll come with you then.
Thanks.
I'll help you and stuff."
You saved me.
Liara is in the trailer for the new Mass Effect game.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
I see you.
So here's the thing, though, right? And I know I said I would. I know, right? I said I'm going to try and be a fucking bitch, and be horrible to everybody, and
it's tough.
Take all the.
It takes commitment and hard work.
It's horrible. It's really difficult.
That's not you.
No, I do some of it, right? But if I think it's like for instance, and there was some colonist guy, and I picked the renegade thing, and then she just shot him. Yeah. She just literally shot him in the face, and I was like, shit. It's a bit harsh. There's no need to do that. It just killed him instantly. And then the other crew were like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Nah, he was no use to us anymore." Okay.
I'm gonna suck.
I played Renegade. I played Renegade the first time.
You gotta be careful.
You might think, well, maybe I'll play the good guy this time.
Yeah,
but I won't.
No, you won't. But it's like she is like.
That's what you think. You don't know Chinny.
She's like Cole, right? Apart from the fact, whereas Cole just like you pick an option that seems fairly innocuous, and then the next thing is completely gone.
About Cole from LA Noire.
LA Noire, yeah, and then he goes completely psycho.
Yes,
but he doesn't shoot him in the face. Do you know what I mean? She's like another whole level on top of that.
Yeah, man.
She's like goes psycho, but also shoots him in the face. And sometimes when you pick the option, you think, she's probably just going to shout at him a bit or beat him up or whatever.
Oh, you don't know.
Nope. Next thing's dead.
You know what? You know what bothers me about sci-fi?
Yeah, go on. What bothers you?
It's like when they do buildings, especially sci-fi video games. It's like everything's so fucking like metallic and horrible and like like the Citadel where it's supposed to be like a place of like where you live, or it's just like who would fucking live?
It's
here?
Futuristic, is what it is.
It's not. It's dumb.
Yeah,
like, for some reason, everybody loses their fucking taste in the future. Like what?
Because everything needs to be streamlined.
No.
Yeah, slick.
Maybe you could make a game like City Skylines, except it's like make a happy looking city that's not all gloomy.
Just like if you built, I don't know if you. I know, I like the fact in the Citadel they have that fake sky and stuff because I feel like that's the kind of thing that people would crave. And
Yeah.
like they also crave like a normal looking apartment, not fucking barren walls and
Yeah, slick
Nuh-uh.
edges.
It's soothing.
So I did that. So I finished that mission and I saved and killed the funny plant thing, Bob.
Yeah.
And then the next planet I went to, so I picked another planet to go to, and you could land. And I've got to collect this data pod or something. So there's some probe with data.
Okay.
So I get to the probe, and it's like, oh, the data's been stolen by a monkey thing. So I'm like,
as it happened, I mean, I wish I had $1 for every time I heard that.
I know. So I'm like, right. So then I had to get into the map, and you've got to head to all these crosses on the map to check all the monkeys to see which one stole it. So
okay.
So I get to this.
Are you actually playing Mass Effect here?
Yeah, believe it or not, this is a mission. This is a mission. So I get to this rock, and there's all these monkeys bobbing around, right? So on first thought is they're going to attack me. So I start shooting them, assuming that whichever one's got the data will just drop it when I kill it.
You kill enough monkeys, you'll find that data.
You'll find the data, right? But no, they just kept appearing again, and the ones that I killed had nothing. So you have to go up to each of the monkeys, and like as they're sort of running around, you have to get close enough to search them. Yes. So you search the monkeys, and it's like this monkey doesn't have the data. But the only good thing about this, because there was about 8 of them in this particular area, is that once you'd search them, you couldn't search them again. So at least it eliminated the ones you'd looked at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously, you couldn't search them twice, so you didn't at least have to keep track of the ones you'd looked at.
There were some good things about the monkey search
because we're all running around. But needless to say, I only got to the first area of monkeys, and I still haven't found the missing data. So I'm a bit like annoyed at that. And when I looked at the map, there's about 4 more crosses. Presumably, all of them are more monkey collectives that I've got to go and fondle to find out if they've got the data. I don't know. So, but I have enjoyed it. I must admit, I did forget how much fun this game is, and it is quite challenging. Yes, do you know when I fighting the plant? I did die, and I've forgotten about old RPGs. Remember to save.
Oh yeah,
because there was a point where I'd done sort of 10 or 15 minutes of a mission, got killed, and then I had to do it all again. I'm like, yeah, because you can't save pretty much. The only time you can't save is if you're in direct combat. Other than that, you can always save. So I'm just like, before you go in a room, save. Save.
Save constantly. Just mash that save button.
I know. So I am sort of learning as I go along to keep saving. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's well executed. It's fun to play. And they've also done this thing, and I don't know whether it's there was some choices when you first start up the game. It says, do you want accelerated like level up or something like that? So I was like, I don't know. So I just ticked it. Good God, man, I am so leveled up already. And I think it's kind of like, it's not an easy mode, but it kind of is, I'm guessing. But I didn't really think about it at the time. I didn't really know what it meant. But I know what it means now, because you seem to level up every 10 minutes. And then you'll obviously, like, I've got loads and loads of sorts of perks and stuff already.
Woo, loads of perks.
So I'm like, I can live with that. I don't mind that stuff's happening quicker.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. But you get a lot of shit. This is an RPG where there's a lot of stuff in your fucking inventory. You know, you were talking about
you have an inventory system on like Astroneer.
You have an inventory system, but it is full of stuff that's the same.
Yeah.
So it's like,
do you use that stuff at any point?
No, you can sell it. There's like merchants every now and then. Like there was a merchant at Pharos.
See, this is back when they said like, let's just have a lot of loot. Like for what reason?
There's like Scimitar 2 pistols or whatever, and Phoenix 3. And all this shit, and then there's armor. But what's weird with this game, and I've forgotten about this, you get armor that's got the exact same name, but like one's for a human and one's for a Krogan and one's for, you know what I mean? So it's sort of the same name, and you have to really, that's that. Why can't I use that? Oh, that's because it's for a Krogan. But it's pretty good. Rex is still as cool as always. I'm fucking desperately going to try not to get him killed.
Just do or do not, man. You can save right before it happens and then make sure he lives.
Yeah, I've got to do that, because last time I didn't even realize you could keep him alive, and that was what was also cool and tragic. Now you know better. Yeah, cool and tragic. Because I let him die, and I was proper
And he was in the
gutted.
second game and the third.
No, he weren't in mine.
Wasn't mine.
It wasn't in mine because it fucking
was in
died in
mine,
the first
'cause I
game.
don't suck.
All right. But yeah, Chinny, it would be cool if you get on it, and then
I'll
we
get
can
on
sort of
it,
see
yeah.
our paths
Get on
diverge.
it.
You know, whether you go to the same places as I do at the same
So
time.
where are you up to now?
Well, I'm fucking trying to hunt the data from the monkey.
Okay.
That's what I'm up to now.
So when I get to that, I know I've caught you up.
Monkey data hunter.
Get to Monkey Town.
No, because you could do the monkey data hunting before you go to Pharos. So,
Mhm.
so that I mean, that's the beauty of this game. That's the beauty because you can do. Maybe you can't actually because you wouldn't have the Mako. I don't know. Because you get the Mako when you go to Pharos, I think.
Mhm.
So it just drops it out in the Mako, and away you go. I can't remember. The original Mass Effect? Did you the Mako? Was it an accelerate and brake button, or was it push forward on the thumbstick? I can't remember. But that's what it is anyway. Now
I can't remember.
I can't.
No, I can't. I can't remember. But so I don't know really what they've changed and what they haven't changed. And so,
I just
apart
remember
from the
everybody
graphics.
hating it, and I remember not really minding it that much. Like, I didn't think it was like the best car controls ever, but I remember people going,
it still doesn't control.
"Oh my god, the
it wasn't
Mako is
terrible.
the worst." I'm like, it never bothered me as much as it bothered everybody else. That's all I remember.
I mean, it wasn't. I didn't spend a lot of time in it, but it wasn't the worst thing ever.
No, and to be fair, I mean, he can travel. We have to go on this skyway or whatever it's called. So you drive along this open area, and there's these Geth. I don't even know what they're called. They're a bit like an AT-AT version of a Geth, I guess. So they're like shooting at you and stuff. But no, it seemed fine. You know, I didn't have any major issues with it. So they may have tweaked it a bit. Who knows? Who knows? But it's still good. I'll be interested to see what you think, Chinny. I think it holds up well.
Yeah.
You know, considering when this was originally made, and I'm playing it now, and I'm not like, oh god, this feels so old. You know, I'm playing it thinking, yeah, it's still pretty good. Yeah, it's still pretty good. Still enjoying this. This is, you know, it's still fun.
Yeah.
The shooting's fun. You know, the encounters are
It's
fun.
almost like the 360 was the golden,
It was pretty good.
golden era of video games when all the ideas could be executed, and now we're just oversaturated with shit.
Now they're just going, yeah, how much extra money can we fleece out of people by doing this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's the money.
Anyway, should move on because we played another game together, Chinny, didn't we, this very morning?
Y'all game playing fiends.
Yeah.
We did. Which is called the Anacrusis.
The what?
The Anacrusis.
The Anacrusis.
I heard that word.
The
I just don't know what that
Anacrusis.
means.
The Anacrusis.
What is it?
So this came to Game Pass on Thursday or Friday. It came out.
Can I tell you the listeners?
But you
the
go
other
with
thing
the premise. Oh, what
that
was the other thing?
you're gonna do? That you
Oh
always
yeah,
do?
go on then. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Well,
So
shall
what-
I see if I do it? Shall we see if we do it? Whatever it is, and then you can go. There you know, I told you we're gonna
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
fair enough. Go on.
You should write it down, Shinny.
Yeah,
Put it on a
write
piece
it
of paper.
down.
As soon as he does
Write
it,
it down.
you hold it up
can
to the
hold
camera.
the paper, then we know that you've guessed.
Okay, I'm
I'll
writing
write
it
that.
down. I don't know if. Okay, I'll write it down. Stu, explain what
write
the
it
game
down.
is. Explain what the game is.
So basically, the Anacrusis is Left 4 Dead on a spaceship.
Okay.
Is the best way to describe this game. It's
I like
four.
Left 4 Dead.
We like Left 4 Dead. We like Left 4 Dead. It's 4-player co-op. The zombies are the humans taken over by aliens, I'm guessing, because some have got dresses on and stuff.
Okay.
And it's kind of a 70s sci-fi movie Left 4 Dead game. So it's got a funky sort of disco music going on. It looks very.
I will survive.
Chinny described it as Blake's 7, which is a really good description. So that's kind of
Duke won't
Blake
know
7.
what Blake 7 is, but
No,
it's like a
Blake's-
really bad, well, not bad at the time, but like a sci-fi TV show.
It was like a UK type. It was UK TV sci-fi.
It's like a Star
Like
Trek.
Doctor Who.
Star Trek if you ordered it from Wish.com.
yeah, it was. It was so cheap. Like all the sets were made out of cardboard, and it
Like
just
Doctor Who.
looked
Yeah,
worse.
like worse than
Doctor
that.
Who, but worse.
Wow. Okay.
You know, you could see when they had spaceships in space, you could see the bits of fishing line that
Those-
they were hanging
no, they didn't
on.
even have fishing line. They just had a bloke holding it.
Yeah, honestly, it was
Nice.
terrible. They were really, really terrible show. But the stories were good, And as a kid, I was like,
well, that's the thing. I can take some bad special effects if there's good stories. I'd much rather have a movie with a good story and bad special effects than a movie with good special effects and bad story.
Yeah.
Or mediocre story, which is usually what we get. So, does this game have a good story?
Most people don't think like that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell us about this game.
So there's no real story in this game.
Okay.
The voice acting is nothing short of atrocious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like us three could have done better with the voice.
Yeah, it could.
The rap group, us three, who did Cantaloupe.
No,
that must have been it.
Hand on the Torch. Oh, you mean the three of us?
I mean the three of us.
Honestly, it's like if I hear the phrase "gloop" or whatever it is she says, is it gloop? Gloop.
No,
gloop.
Goo, isn't it? The goo.
Goo. Goo. Yeah, it might be goo.
Why would she say goo? Is she
because
a baby?
There's goo like in the game, like slime, and it makes you slow down, and you get gooed.
Okay.
Which means
you get gooed.
I've been slimed.
So basically,
it's a Left 4 Dead clown.
It is. It's but is it Belcher? Were they called Belchers in Left 4 Dead? That would spew on you. No, the ones that spewed on you are spitters.
Oh yeah, spitters.
So it's basically a spitter, but it's goo. So it spits goo on you.
So yeah, and they have. I forgot what the tank is called, but he's shit.
Yeah, he doesn't grab you and beat you on the floor and stuff.
Yeah, he's shit. He's just like this big fucking fat, stupid spider.
Looks a bit like a dragon, doesn't he? He looks a bit got a weird look.
And before, when you hear the tank music, like you would tremble.
You would shit yourself.
You'd be like, fucking hell. When you hear this, like,
we just fought a tank.
When you hear this jingle for this brute, I think it's called a brute.
Jingle, I like the jingle.
Well, it's called a brute, isn't it?
Yeah, brute. It is a brute.
Like, oh, not one of these again. Like, it doesn't incite.
And sometimes
fear.
it sends two at the same time.
Yeah, it's like two of them. They're not that. I mean, they are a pain. The cool one, what you like, is the flasher.
Oh, the flash is amazing.
Now, this isn't an alien.
This is a flasher now, you can see on
this
screen.
Isn't an alien
Does he take his clothes off?
That comes up in a trench coat and flashes you. This is like a really bright alien. That
it looks amazing.
It's very smart.
It does look amazing.
Yeah, that's a cool
It also causes a swarm as well, so a swarm of aliens will come.
He's not really hard to beat, but he does really disorientate you because you can't see anything. You don't know where
you're trying to see him. You're trying to find him.
It's so chaotic when he comes. And I thought, I think that was a good one too.
Yeah, and the other good thing is until you kill him, the swarm just keeps coming. So as soon as he starts flashing you, as it were, you just end up with flashing. You end up with a massive swarm constantly until you kill him. And what we found in the final act, which is obviously the Left 4 Dead same thing, you've got like loads of shit coming for so long until something's accomplished. You had to deal with those really quickly because you soon got overwhelmed. You got overwhelmed very quickly.
So the thing that I noticed as soon as we started playing it is like the controls feel awful.
Yeah, I got used to the controls to be
ding,
fair.
Ding, 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 ding.
Wow. I did get used to the controls.
Too nice to indie devs.
I did. That's not true because I just said I got used to the controls. They're not great.
Yeah.
But you got used to them because.
But if it were a AAA game, you would be bitching about it.
Yeah. Stu is always too nice to indie devs. Always too nice to them.
It's good to be nice.
I understand
but you don't want to be too nice.
They're people, and if they were in the same room with me, I would treat them with respect. I'd be like, "Hey, good for you. You made a game, right?" But I'm reviewing it agnostically. I'm reviewing it without bias. I'm just, hey, your controls are shit. Sort them out. That's honest feedback.
No offense, but no offense. Sort out
I know you've probably spent like 3 years of your life dedicated to working on this.
No offense, but you suck and I hate you.
For some shitbag like me to come along and say your controls are shit, but like it's sluggish.
Do you know what I do like about it?
The controls are sluggish. They
are a bit sluggish.
They feel difficult. They're not as sharp as the controls that. And I know these are AAA developers that are making these big games, as a Call of Duty, as a Left 4 Dead.
To be fair,
those are the standards. Those are the bars.
The people who worked on this were part of the Left 4 Dead 2 team.
I'm going to say what I told you while we're playing this game. You know how Back 4 Blood was marketed as the people that made Left 4 Dead?
Yeah.
Somebody did some research, and only 4 people that worked on Left 4 Dead 1 worked on Back 4 Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so really, Back 4 Blood is the same people that made Evolve. And that explains a lot.
The only thing I will say, right, there are a couple of things I do like about it. I like the simplicity of it because it really is just Left 4 Dead with a new.
I think that qualifies as well. Don't you?
It's not, you know, like Back 4 Blood. It's like, how can we make it as complicated as possible?
No, I haven't played Back 4 Blood, to be fair, and I do know there's like cards and things that
there's all sorts of shit, multipliers and fucking. There's there's a gazillion
features. Yeah.
Features. Yeah. There's a gazillion
overdoing
guns.
it with new stuff just for the sake of new stuff.
Now, what's on screen at the moment is one of my favorite bits that we played of the game.
Oh, it's like a funky.
There's
mode,
like basically you activate this thing, you've got to wait for the door to open, and then all this fucking like dry ice smoke starts pouring in, and then there's all funky disco music.
Yeah.
Whilst you're fighting all the alien swarm, which was fucking funny as anything.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's funny as anything.
I
took it more as like,
but
kind of
that's because
funny.
it's Stu's favorite kind of music. So if
it was kind of cool. I like the fact that
it's a little lighthearted while there's horrible stuff going on.
Yeah.
That's fine.
There are some things they did quite well, like these little set pieces, I guess.
So instead of a melee, you get like a shield blast, which is strange. But you press LB and
you've got to wait for it to recharge. You can do it like 3 times, can't you?
Yeah. And I suppose it's a little bit better than a melee because if there's somebody behind you, you can just sort of like
it blasts in all directions, doesn't it?
So I in the final area, I kept on sort of pressing it anyway, just even if I didn't know if there's somebody behind me or whatever, just to kind of keep people away from me. So yeah, it's
there's a good variety of grenades. So there's all sorts of good. The one I didn't like very much is a goo grenade, which was crap. But there was the incendiary grenade worked really well.
Vortex grenade?
A vortex grenade, which I really liked, and that sucked everything up.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool when you set that off. So some things work better than others.
It took us 1 hour and 50 minutes to do one episode.
Yeah, it did. To do one level.
Currently 3 episodes in the game. There are 3 more coming, apparently.
It is early access, we should point out as well.
The AI is garbage.
The AI is garbage.
I was down and out. I fell off a fucking 11.
You did, yeah. You fell about 3 floors, didn't you? 4 floors.
And like
down.
the AI was coming down to help me.
The story is garbage.
And they couldn't help me. They just didn't know how to get to me.
No, I got to you eventually.
Yeah.
And revived you. But there was something weird as well because basically, we had to wait. It was another set piece, and we had to wait for this lift to open. So I legs it in the lift, and then it didn't go anywhere. And you had to wait till everybody was in the same vicinity for it to let you go anywhere, wouldn't it? It was a bit weird. It was a bit weird. So I came and got Chinny.
I mean, is that different from the safe rooms in Left 4 Dead?
No. There's these like little.
This was just like a lift. Yeah, there are safe rooms in this, but like this was.
I know.
Like
I'm just saying, like, I guess.
I don't know because all the other ones work perfectly. Like,
okay.
It was weird.
But overall, you know what? I had fun. I feel
like I would say this about Back 4 Blood as well, but I haven't played that. If I had 3 friends playing this game, I mean, is it Left 4 Dead? No. But would I have fun? Yes. The only main thing that this game does is make me A, appreciate how bloody good Left 4 Dead is, and B, make me want to play it.
Yeah, you said that, didn't you, when we were playing it?
And now all I want to do is play bloody Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. But we had fun. I mean, it took us 3 goes, didn't it, to do the final bit? It was pretty tough. We kept getting overwhelmed.
I missed Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, and the AI was pretty shocking, wasn't it? The AI.
I wish they would make Left 4 Dead.
So it was hard with just 2 of us. I think we'd have been fine. I said to you. Yeah, I said to you.
I wish they would like re-release it.
Why do you need to re-release it?
Like you can play it.
Yeah, but it's like cross-platform. I don't play on the PC.
No, it's available on the Xbox.
Yeah, but the 360 version.
Yeah, it is a 360 version.
It's not cross-platform, is it?
It
came out on Game Pass or something like that. But like, yes.
Yeah, they should do that. They should do that because it's such a good game still.
I wish they'd just like make a version for the Xbox Series X.
Pills here.
Bang it onto the Game Pass. Everybody would be playing it. It'd be fucking game over for these games.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and I said this, it's okay. It feels like, and I said this to Chinny, but I don't think he didn't agree, but I said it feels like they've modded Left 4 Dead in a really shit way.
Well, my argument to that is like you would still play like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah,
which
but which just doesn't. But it's like someone went, let's do a mod for Left 4 Dead in space.
This feels like Left 4 Dead if you ordered it from Wish.com.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. Yeah, they don't. The enemies don't blow up with a satisfying blood splat or explosion stuff. They just ragdoll a bit.
Ragdoll.
But it's all right, and that's the best I'll say. It's all right.
All right.
What would you give it out of 5? No halves.
Out of 5,
No halves.
probably
No halves.
2.5.
2.
You can't do halves.
That's why I would have given it 2.5, but I'll go 2.
No, halves is too lenient. 2.
Oh, 2. I'll go with you 2 out of 5.
2.
At the moment, but it is early access. Could get better.
It could creep up to 3.
It could creep up to 3 if they sort out some of the issues.
If they sort out the fucking controls.
Yeah, if they make it a bit smoother to play.
Sort it out.
Sort it out. But
good voice acting wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, they have some better voice. I think they just went, hey,
Dave,
Cheryl, put that cup of tea down you just brought.
Dave, you've got a voice.
Dave, put the biscuit down. Get over here.
Stand back. I'm healing. And there's one that likes to snoop around. Remember that? Like where they try and
I can't wait to look around these offices.
They did such a great job of like making those characters come alive and making them cool.
Yeah.
And like I feel like they made a small effort with one of them. She's like, "Oh, I'd love to snoop around in these offices." And then, like, about 10 minutes later, or like an hour later, she was like, "Oh, you know me and snooping." I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with this woman?
My name
puts
is
in their
Snoop
hobbies?
Doggy Dog.
Snoops, yeah, I love to snoop. I'm a snooper, me. I'm a fucking snooper. I love it.
I am one of Marlowe's hit men, except I'm a woman.
There you go.
Snoop.
Yeah.
Snoop,
Another bizarre reference that I barely got.
that
even
nobody
though I should
gets.
Get. But,
yeah, everyone should get it because The Wire.
The Wire. It's all right. What's the name of the game again? I can't remember.
The Anacrusis.
The Anacrusis. I'm guessing that's the name of the planet or the ship or something.
No
You're on a ship,
idea.
aren't you? You're on a ship.
Yeah, some ship, space station. Who knows?
Big,
Well, it must be a ship because they go. Oh, we need to get to bloody floor. Why do you always put the bridge on floor 11 or something? They make a bit of a joke.
Slight little joke there.
Slight little joke. Why is it on floor 11? And you have to go, that's what Chinny fell off. He fell from floor 11.
I feel like they either need to calm it down or ham it up even more, the humour. Like, they either need to go all out or not at all. Because Left 4 Dead is like absolute deadpan, isn't it? It is so serious.
Yeah.
This definitely isn't.
This is like,
but I think I agree with you. Yeah, I think they need to turn that shit up, make it funnier because, like I said, little disco moment was
Rock,
fun.
Man.
Yeah.
And there are some, like I say, there are some little good things. Like we say, the Flash is pretty cool. But they're just very seldom. You know, it's not got enough of those little good things.
There was an enemy called the Spawner, which I assumed spawned enemies, but you never really got a sense of what it did.
No,
it
didn't.
It just fucking walked off and it laughed. It just goes like that. I'm like,
it spawns self-doubt. That's what it does.
Maybe that's what it does.
I was like, what is that?
It's uncertainty.
Right. It just,
Wouldn't you like to know?
What it did, it lowered my self-esteem.
It did.
You look fat, and then it ran off.
Oh man. Look at him in his little shirt.
That's enough of that game, I guess.
Yeah, that's enough. So it is time. And I know, Duke, you can't wait.
I can't wait.
Let's have a quick look ahead of what's coming out this year. What games can we look forward to?
Oh, yeah. Bitch. This isn't the jingle for that. But I want to play a jingle, so why not?
Yeah, bitch.
Play my game, bitch.
Get excited about my game, bitch. Yeah, it's got the Breaking Bad connection.
Yeah, bitch.
Yo.
My tummy's not happy. It's probably because of the cookies and cupcakes I had.
So we have. I asked a question in the
people should know.
Discord, which I'll read out after we do this segment.
Okay.
And
Are you ready then?
I asked everybody
We're
in the
ready.
Discord what games are they looking forward to in 2022.
Yeah.
So
let's get ready to get excited, people.
So you ready? Here's the first game.
Oh, yeah.
Don't believe the hype.
you might have to
Amazing.
go through this with some sort of urgency, Stu, because if you mention
I know,
every
I
game
am,
on that
don't
list,
worry.
I will have a heart
It's
attack.
not every game on the list. On the
the
list. I
whist?
said the whist.
Game
It's
on
the
the
only game
whist.
on the whist on the list.
There we go,
But
on
the
the whist.
first
Every
game on the
game on the
list
whist.
that I'm excited about is a Plague Tale Requiem, supposedly
All right,
coming out
I can
this
see
year.
why this would be exciting for you. I never played the original, but Chinny loved it.
Loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you
Right.
excited about the new one, Chinny?
I'll give it a go. Yeah, definitely. It has
Cool.
earned
I mean,
my time.
Are you going to play it as soon as it's available? Will you buy it day
If
one?
it's on Game Pass.
If it's
so no.
it
I
might
don't,
be.
I
It
don't
might
buy
be.
games
Well, that's
these
not
Yeah,
days.
no,
buying it,
whoa.
though. Okay.
Can I just say, release
Yeah.
date 2022. According to the list, it's Steam, Epic Game Store, Game Pass.
There you go.
So it's going to be
Okay.
day one on Game Pass.
I don't buy
it's-
games
alright.
these days, Eric. Okay.
Apparently
Just
not.
wait for
You
it to
don't
come on
care about
Game Pass.
developers.
Games come to
Does
me.
anyone know? Like Spotify is notorious for being terrible to musicians.
Yeah.
In terms of like how they get money to people. Is Game Pass any better?
I've heard little stories about this. So I've heard like basically it's per developer how much they get paid, and they're
Yeah.
usually, not always, but usually 12-month contracts. So you'll find that when a
Okay.
game comes on, it'll go off after 12 months, and then sometimes it'll come back on. I've heard numbers of 50 grand, 100 grand, but I think it's a deal that they make. It's not like
I assume it's like based on how many people play it.
it's how many it's how popular the game is at the time. So if the game's really popular, they're gonna have to pay a better price. But then it might be a game that's like 5 years old, no one's playing it, and
Right,
here's 20
right.
grand. Do you want 20 grand? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have 20 grand. Okay,
Sure.
great.
I hear you.
So
They gotta keep the
I
inventory
feel like
fresh even if there's not new
what
games
doesn't
coming out all the
happen
time.
I don't really know much about how Spotify's revenue works, but I imagine there's a little bit more to and fro in terms of a little bit more negotiation on
Yeah.
Game Pass than there is on Spotify. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Spotify's like you get on it, you need us, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, and I was gonna say genres are more diverse, but there's lots of genres on Spotify, so
Mm.
I don't know. I would need more detail on both. Just curious.
Okay, so
if you know,
so what
write
else?
into the show at podcast.
If you know, right, into the show.
Let us know.
Okay, I've got one for Duke next on the
Okay.
list. This is out early
Alright.
2022. So again, we haven't got an exact
Is this
date, but it's
Bethesda's
out.
new science fiction one?
No, it's coming on Steam,
Okay.
and it's called Strange Horticulture, Duke. The full release of this game.
So what's
Nope,
this?
I gave props to the developer last time, and I'm not gonna say anything good about it now. The game's weak, but some people will like it. More power to them. I'm not playing this.
What is
so
it?
that's how.
What is it?
So basically,
This is a
it's
game where
kind of
you're
a-
supposed to guess which plant is which.
But it's
Okay.
a story. There's a story. There's some
No.
witch stuff
No,
going on.
There's a
we-
story.
weird
Someone's
stuff.
like, "Hey, can you get me the yellow plant?" And then you
We-
grab the green one. You go,
We
"Here's
stop
the one
talking
you want."
about this game now.
So the next one on the list actually is a game that's coming out very soon.
Okay.
Right, very soon.
Is it Bethesda's
Releasing
new science fiction game?
releasing on the 4th of Feb. So
Uh-huh.
this is very soon. I think this is going to be a day one for me to play.
Okay. Okay.
And I think, and I'm going to put this out there because I don't think this is coming to Game Pass.
Okay.
I'm going to say this is probably going to be Chinny's first purchase of the year.
Go on. What is it?
So come on, Chinny, any ideas?
Fucking tease.
Any
Is it
ideas? what
Bethesda's
it's
new
about?
science fiction game?
No, nothing to
Dying
do with
Light
Bethesda.
2.
Dying Light 2.
It's the only game. It's the only game that
Will you buy this?
I think so. I love Dying Light. Like
Yeah.
I remember when it came out, I was like, this looks okay, and then playing it, thinking, fuck, this is great. And I hope the sequel.
Have we played a demo of this or some early gameplay?
We
stuff, or was
played
that the
this
original
at
demo?
EGX 3 years in a row.
Yeah, we did. That was the original Dying Light, wasn't it?
The first Dying Light. Yeah, we
Yeah,
was like,
first
that's
Dying
fine. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, that's pretty
But
good.
it was all
pretty
about Dead Island. It was all like Dead Island's better. Blah blah blah. Dying Light came out so much better.
Yeah,
that's great.
There's been some other stuff regarding this recently. Apparently, it's gonna take if you want to do every single thing in the game.
No, they backpedaled on
And
this.
who does?
Well, they did slightly, but they still say that's how long it would take if you did every 500 hours.
Yeah, but like,
dude,
no, no,
No.
that's- no. It's not a 500 game. It's just that's
no.
a stupid thing.
No. And more recently,
like 300 hours of that.
I mean, that's like saying Skyrim will take you 500 hours.
yeah, we can do.
Yeah.
And they've more recently come out today, I think, or yesterday, and said that they're going to support the game with DLC and extra content or whatever for the next 5 years.
Good for them.
Isn't that what every developer's doing now, though? I mean, is that
Yeah, I
special?
think I said that today. I feel like they're trying to make a platform,
That's become part for the course. Yeah.
you know, rather
Fortnite
than
2.
Destiny.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Fortnite just keep making the same thing.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah, they do.
These games
That's
are
what-
alive now, Stu.
They are alive. Alive.
It's alive.
Trying to think what else I had. I had a few others, just to bear with me. The Dark Pictures anthology, The Devil in Me, is coming out this year.
What's that?
What?
So that's, you know, these Dark
I
Pictures
know some of those words,
anthology.
but that doesn't sound like a video game.
They're basically doing these sort of like horror games, aren't they? So there was sort of, is this the third one or fourth? It could be the fourth one.
I have no idea what you're even talking about.
You're the
so
one
why don't you
telling
give
us.
some details.
I know, yeah, just a minute. I'll try and remember.
fourth one?
I only played the first one. I only played the first one.
Okay.
Let's have a look. But oh, sorry about this. I'm not really very. Here we go. Dark Pictures anthology.
Okay, we forgive you.
I know you should do. So the first one was Man of Medan, and I played that with Millie.
That rings a bell.
So basically, it's this like narrator dude, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you." It's a bit like God, what was those old anthology horror films called? You know, where they have like,
Anthology of Horror, I think is what.
no,
it was
where they have
called.
like 3 stories or 4 stories, usually by Stephen King or whatever.
Tales of the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt. So basically, there's like a narrator dude, and he's
Oh,
like,
that's from
"Oh,
Stephen King?
yeah, no."
That
But I'm
was
just
sort of
saying
that
that it's
inspired
kind of
by
that
it.
sort
Anyway, go
of
on.
inspired by
Sorry,
that.
Never mind.
So there's a
Okay.
narrator dude who's like, oh, and obviously he changes depending on how well you do within the game. But he's like, oh, in this first episode, you're going to see the Man of Medan or whatever. And he does this bit of an introduction, and then throughout the story, he pops in and says stuff, or it does an update on where you are in the game.
Okay.
And then they followed that up with Little Hope, which I played the demo of, and I wasn't that impressed with the demo. It felt a bit weird. And then since then they did House of Ashes, which was like a military unit that had sort of searching for chemical weapons and they unearthed some sort of mythological thing instead. And then obviously the latest one's whatever this is coming out. So there you go, The Devil in Me.
Sound excited? Yes.
I'm not, like I say, I did quite like the first one, and then I
Yeah.
was a bit like, where that feel. Supposedly, right? I'm gonna put it out there for you, Duke.
Yeah.
November the 11th, 2022,
The new
coming to
Bethesda science
Steam
fiction game.
and Game Pass is Starfield.
Well, that would match with the Skyrim release date of the year.
November 11th. I'm gonna call this now. This is gonna get delayed. I think.
I would not be surprised.
I think this is gonna. I mean,
Sometimes
it's been around.
Sometimes Bethesda games have bugs in them, so you want.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
You think? So
sometimes.
maybe they'll
It's
just
once
release it
in a while.
anyway.
Maybe.
We know very little about, like, literally nothing
That's
about
true.
this game.
I don't know. They had a thing at E3 where they showed like a planet and there was a person in a ship.
Wow.
So there's that.
So there is that.
Yeah.
The next game on this list was meant to be coming out on April 28th. That's already been delayed to supposedly December this year now.
Okay.
Which is Stalker: Heart of Chernobyl.
Oh, it's been a while since we had a Stalker game.
Yeah, it is. So, and this is, I love the reasoning they've given for the delay.
Can't be asked.
Yeah.
No. The
Fuck
Stalker
you, that's our
2,
reason.
Stalker 2 has been delayed into December to try to, and I quote, live up to expectations.
Well, that's a good thing to do.
So they've built up the hype, and now they're worried that they're not going to live up to the hype.
Don't believe the hype.
Who knew?
Hey, you never know.
Another game that was meant to be coming out this year, which is the Hogwarts Legacy RPG game.
Oh yeah.
So the Harry Potter
The old
RPG.
Harry Potter, eh?
Harry Potter hasn't been confirmed, but there are rumblings that's been now delayed into 2023. So
are you a Harry Potter fan, Stuart?
I read all the Harry Potters to Millie when she was a kid.
That's not what I asked.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I wouldn't mind watching it, but Tara's like, I want to read the books
I've read the books
to our
and watched
children,
them
and I was
all.
like, but we don't have children.
Not yet, you know.
Well, we better hurry up.
I know, but then we got to wait for them to grow up.
Nah, you read it to them when they're in the womb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
they'll
think.
know
That's
how
what
That
you
would
should
save
definitely
me
do.
time.
Hate trans.
Then I'll get all mad at them when they don't remember certain key plot points.
Those. So
You
yeah,
can say this to the kid. Wait, you can say this to the kid. Where is it? Oh yeah,
What's the matter, kid? You got wax in your ears?
that was worth it.
So I would be interested to play this. I would quite like to play this. I think it'd be cool.
The Harry Potter game.
I
But
can't.
before
I just can't.
Yeah, you'd be fine. So before all of that, though, on January 20th, that's very soon, Chinny, is Rainbow Six Extraction
Oh snap!
is coming out. So this is built on Rainbow Six Siege, and it pits teams of 3 against a parasitic alien threat.
Oh dear.
So I think this is a bit Left 4 Dead-ish by the look of it.
Oh, now you've got my attention.
Now I get your attention. This could be quite
did you
cool.
play
actually.
Siege though?
No, you
Yeah,
did.
but it's gonna have It's gonna have Steve's Siege's pacing and mechanics and stuff, and those aren't for me. Maybe you'd.
I like
them,
it.
They're much slower than.
I thought
Left 4 Dead.
Rainbow. I mean, I didn't.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I mean, you know.
I wasn't. I had like 2 sessions.
I love
on Siege.
Vegas and Vegas 2. Those were my games back in the day. The Siege isn't really that kind of game, which I think is unfortunate.
But it's very popular and very good.
It is. I would like them to make
popular.
another Vegas game. Those were great. Those are some of my favorite shooters of all time.
Coming on February 18th, so again, not too far away.
Ooh.
Not too far.
Not too far away is Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh yeah, this was the Duchess showed me a newspaper article that was like, here are the games coming out in 2022, and this was one of them. I assume it's a sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn.
It is indeed. It's on PS5 and PS4, so they're not putting.
Well,
all
you
their eggs
know,
in
Horizon
one
Zero
basket.
Dawn eventually came to PC, and so did God
Yeah,
of
it
War.
did.
So I'm thinking all these exclusives, I'll just wait for them to show up on the PC.
Yeah.
Screw
So-
your exclusives.
So that's looking pretty good. I didn't enjoy it that much, I must admit. Did you play this in
Horizon
the
Zero
Chinny?
Dawn?
No, it's on my
No.
it's on my PlayStation.
It's
I
on
do
your
want
to-do-
to. I do
to-do
want to.
list.
Yeah.
On your to-do
But
list.
some fuckers making me play Mass Effect, and they. So.
Yeah, I am. Feb the 25th, so again, not too far away. Elden Ring.
Is this the?
Yeah, I've heard good things about this.
This is
know.
the George R.R. Martin.
It's
gig?
George R.R. Martin.
And Platinum.
As soon as you start
No,
liking a
it's
character,
it's
they're gonna
from
die.
From Software, yeah.
It's from Software, which obviously made
The
all
Dark
the Dark
Souls.
Souls,
The Dark Souls,
games.
isn't it?
So it's going to be fucking rock hard
And complicated.
and complicated, and probably lots of heroes will die.
Hopefully.
I'm guessing.
I wonder how
Well, it
much he
could be good.
wrote, though. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, did he write a
I
paragraph?
think-
Did he write a
He
paragraph?
came up with
and
6
everything?
names for characters, and then they were like,
Yeah.
all right, put his
and
name
then he
on
can
it.
put his name on the box.
From
I
the
think that's
makers
pretty
of
much
Game
what
of
happened.
Thrones.
I think that's what pretty
Oh,
much.
can't he
happened.
just finish the books? Like, isn't he supposed to be doing that?
Nope.
Yeah.
Too busy making money,
don't
wetting
know.
his beak.
Yeah. Then we've got coming out on sometime in Feb, so there's no exact date for this. Sometime in Feb is Evil Dead, the game.
You know what? They've made a bunch of Evil Dead games. I'll be happy if they do it right this time, but I'm not holding my breath, to be honest.
So this is an asymmetrical multiplayer game, so that's what this is going to be.
Asymmetrical.
Yeah, so one player controls.
It's like Evolve. Okay, gotcha.
Controls the Kandarian demon, and then you have co-op or single player options. Best of all,
Dead by
Bruce
Daylight.
Swallow
Campbell
Ash's soul.
Dead by Daylight is what they're trying to do.
lends his voice to the game, reprising his role as Ash Williams Groovy.
Okay.
So there you go. So
They just keep milking this. Just keep milking this franchise. How much more milk can we get out of it?
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a good franchise. It's kind of sad that they just keep.
I have never
tugging on
cared
that
about or watched Evil Dead.
Oh, so I mean, the first 2 movies. Well, not the first
Oh,
movie. Evil
good.
Dead's not a good
Evil
movie.
Dead 2
But
is
Evil Dead
good.
2, Army of Darkness, mwah,
Good
magnificent.
game. Good
I
game.
told you the story when we
good,
saw that
good
for
movies.
the first time.
Good
Yeah.
movies.
I told you
swallow
when we
your
watched it for the
soul.
first time.
Swallow your soul.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe you don't want to hear it.
No, we don't want to hear
I
it.
want to hear it.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Well, well, for those who are listening in the audience, my friend Nate showed us Evil Dead 2 one night, and we were all like sucked in. It was the greatest thing we've ever seen. And we were like, this is amazing. For those who know, Evil Dead 2 ends with this amazing cliffhanger, and we're all just like, holy crap, that's the greatest ending ever. And then Nate just goes, yeah, that's where the next one starts off. And we're like, there's a second one. And he goes, yeah. And we were like, we got to go rent it right now. And the video shop was going to close at midnight, and it was 11:45. We literally went running to our car, piled in, tore off to the video shop. They were about to close, and we were like, no, we need Army of Darkness. And the guy was like, that's worth opening up for. We were like, yes. So we rented it and watched it that night.
I like that story. It's a cool story.
Yeah, it is a good story.
It's a good story.
Yeah.
Good story. If you got the PlayStations, the PlayStations, especially PlayStation 5, because this is a PS5 exclusive.
Yeah.
So it is only coming.
Oh, you're talking about the Army of Darkness one?
No. We're on to something else now. We're now on to.
You haven't said the name of it though.
Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Christ.
What you were gonna say, I could have said about the Tail Innocence. That's a Plague Station exclusive.
So that's supposedly coming then. And on March the 3rd, just the day before, is Babylon's Fall, which I'm very interested in.
Why?
Because this is from Platinum Games, and it is going to be a combat-focused Platinum game. So like Bayonetta, hopefully. Oh my God, I can't wait. Where's Bayonetta though? That's what I want.
Where is Bayonetta?
Where is fucking Bayonetta?
Where she belongs.
Where is Bayonetta?
What are they doing with it?
Yeah, fuck knows.
Just sitting, waiting
Not
for it to get old enough to merit nostalgia money.
Not fucking making it. And then on March 25th is coming from Gearbox, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Yeah, you know what? I like Tiny Tina. Again, I don't know if you can keep milking that IP, though.
Yeah, well, they keep doing it, and they keep making cash.
I'm not going to be buying this day one, but I liked Borderlands 3. Just do Borderlands 4, would you?
Just do Borderlands. Sometime in early 2022, so this has no exact release date, is Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals, which I loved Oxenfree, so I really enjoyed that game. It's taken them a long time to make a sequel, though. I'm trying to remember when Oxenfree came out. It's a long time ago now.
It was about 2015, 2016.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you're right. I think it's at least 5 or 6 years ago.
Come on, I know I'm right. It's fine.
I know you're right. What was cool about was just the voice acting and the dialogue options and how it all worked was very clever. So, and it was very supernatural. I like that. So hopefully this will be of a similar nature and it'll be cool. So yeah. Next one is The Day Before, which is out on June 21st. It's on PC, and they haven't actually confirmed the actual consoles. So there's some other consoles, but it's PS5, Xbox One, Series XS, PC, supposedly. So it's coming to everything. And it's an open world MMO survival game set in a zombie-filled post-pandemic. So not apocalyptic, post-pandemic America. In addition to standard MMO trappings, PvP, combat, resource gathering, and social hubs, it also features Animal Crossing-like base building.
Well, you know what? I keep saying. Go ahead.
Tom Nook's going to come out and go, all right, I'm going to give you a mortgage for $50 gazillion.
I keep saying that they can merge RPGs and base building and do it right. We'll have a good thing on our hands, but I'm not holding my breath that it's actually going to do well.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Coming out in the spring, supposedly 2022, is Forspoken.
We're only on spring.
I know.
No, he keeps bouncing around the year though.
I'm bouncing around a bit, to be fair. It's gonna supposedly this is a quote, right? So it's a Square Enix game. It's an RPG, open world RPG, and it's gonna deliver big. Apparently, not only anything but big. With frenetic magic parkour. What the fucking hell magic parkour is?
Out.
It's narrative.
It's like Mirror's Edge, man.
And they're aiming to create, this is the quote from the game, they're aiming to create the highest quality visuals ever.
Isn't that what every game's trying to do?
Video game.
No.
I mean, I guess not every game, but...
But here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. Hold on. It's all realized by Superstar Writing that includes Gary Whitta, right? Who wrote Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
So
and Amy Hennig, who did Uncharted. So
it's the people who made Left 4 Dead then.
Yeah, it's the Left 4 Dead development too. But it could be good. It could be good.
That's true.
Could be good.
never
So
know.
keep
But
never
that's
know.
true
This
about
might
every
be the
game.
one that shocks us. I don't know what shocks us.
My
And we've also
prediction is that we don't even know the game that
We
is going
don't
to be the shocking game of this year.
yeah, that's always the way. Yeah, we've also got a new Lego game coming out. Finally, this has
Yes,
been
okay.
delayed a few times, which is Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Yeah, so it's had loads of delays.
No one's
so
liked
it
the
was-
Lego game since they've started adding voices to them.
Yeah, it was meant to come out, I think, originally in 2020.
They added the voices, they ruined it.
They did ruin it. It was better. It was...
There wasn't even that. It was just like pointing.
Another one that you may be interested in, Duke, in August. So we're up to August, you'll be pleased to know.
Okay.
Which is Saints Row, so the new reboot.
Yeah, I never played 4, but you know what? I will I will look forward to that. I'm not going to promise to get it day one, but the Saints Row games have been game for game. They've been pretty high quality. So, you know,
Everybody was
good
annoyed at the trailer because they all look like kind of New York hipsters instead of gangsters now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And apparently it's not going to be as ridiculous.
Oh,
Still
well, that would be a
looks pretty
mistake.
ridiculous, but
Yeah, I suppose.
so.
Redfall, supposedly is summer 2020. I can't imagine this is going to come out at all this year. I'll be amazed if I see
What
this.
is it?
So
this
this
based
is
on the little mouse books?
no. So this is Arcane Austin. There was a trailer at E3, and it's basically a co-op shooter with vampires.
Okay.
So it looked pretty good.
What's the mouse books?
I have no idea. But it did look
Red
it did
Wall. That's Red Wall.
Look, Red Wall. No, this is Redfall.
Okay.
It looked
Very
pretty
different
cool. You know, there's obviously you get attacked by all these vampires and shit, and you've got to kill them
Yeah.
all or whatever. And it's an open world, and it's going to be a game day one on Game Pass.
Okay.
So it's day one on Game Pass, so it does look pretty cool. And yeah, the Lord of the Rings Gollum. So that's supposedly coming out this year.
Why do they need it? Oh, talk about
So
milking a
it's-
franchise.
It's
Stop
an
it.
open world Gollum
Jesus
action
Christ.
RPG.
You don't need an action RPG with Gollum as
Gollum,
the
and
protagonist.
you're playing as
That's so stupid.
You're playing as
God, it
Gollum.
makes me angry.
More
You
Lord
need to
of
be playing as
the
Gollum.
Rings. More.
That's stupid.
Peter Jackson will be happy.
Now
He needs more money.
on this list, right? And I'm calling bullshit right here, but Bayonetta 3 supposedly. We'll see.
I thought you'd be happy.
We'll fucking see.
The reason you bought a Switch, Mr.
I know,
Farmer.
fucking hell, all that time ago, and it's still not come out. God of War Ragnarok
Oh yeah,
is supposedly 2022.
that's a thing.
And it's still PS4, so that's fine. I can still play it without having to buy a PS5. So, again, I'm skeptical whether this will release.
They
this
ever
don't-
make
year.
no,
you
I
get a
don't think-
PS5.
I don't think I think it got delayed already, but I think they were Ragnarok was originally sort of pitched as an expansion of God of War.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they were like, we better just make a fucking full game. And then it wasn't really clear, I think, when they announced it. But yeah, I'm with you, Stu. I think this has got 2023 written all fucking over it.
It does. I'd be absolutely amazed.
I will shit a brick.
Oh, fucking shit the bed.
I will spank a donkey.
As I would for this game. If this game again comes out this year, I'll be fucking astounded.
I will tickle an ox.
Which is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh, if that comes out, Stu,
Fucking not a
I
chance.
will cut my nipples off and put them on the fucking
Not a
shard
fucking chance.
in London.
Fucking
There's
no
no
chance.
way.
at all.
That's a very
If that
odd
game comes out,
promise.
I'll
I hope someone's writing all these things down.
shit on a brick wall and leave it there for a number of days.
SLH likes the
put it
idea
in
of
the
a strange
fridge.
horticulture game. You know what? I
Yes,
hope
he
you like it,
does.
SLH. Some
It's
people
gonna be
use
good.
Like it.
It's
Good
gonna
for
be
you. It's
fucking
good
good.
for you.
You're gonna
That's
love
fine.
it.
I don't hate
Gonna
people
love it.
who like things that are different than me.
Okay, this
I do.
sounds interesting. I like the idea of this. The Outlast Trials is coming supposedly this year.
If that comes,
what?
what's that?
And that fucking comes so Outlast, as we know, is a shit your pants survival
Oh,
horror
yeah.
game. Right?
Yeah.
Well, this is a co-op spin.
It's to do with trials
on the horror
right.
franchise, which you attempt to survive sadistic Cold War era human experiments.
Oh no!
While the series' first 2 games are strictly single player, Outlast Trials can be played alone with up to 3 others.
Electrocution. That's basically Cold War.
And this is the quote from the developer for the game, which fucking, if this doesn't sell the game, I don't know what will.
Go on.
It's always better to shit your pants in good company. I like that.
Well, I mean, I guess.
I don't know if it is.
I think I would rather shit my pants alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
possibly.
then people aren't making fun of my shitty pants.
Yeah.
Now, out of all of those, right, so we've covered a lot of games in the last sort of 15 minutes or so. 20 minutes. Out of all of those...
You're not expecting me to comment. I haven't been taking
What's your
notes.
most anticipated game coming this year, then?
The Elder Scrolls one?
Well, the Starfield for you?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. You, Chinny?
Well, probably Dying Light 2, just because it's so soon. And
Dying
I
Light
love
2.
1, yeah.
I'm probably going to say, and I doubt this is going to actually come out this year at all, but Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, I'd really like to play.
That one's probably the most anticipated worldwide.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna go for that.
Hey, Stu.
Yes.
We got people in the Discord.
We have.
Saying
Right
things.
now, like
Shall I
actively
read it?
in there?
Shall I read
Go
it
on,
out?
Read it out. Read it out.
So Chinny, that's me, says, what games are you looking forward to in 2020? At everyone in the world. Ricey55 says, I don't even have a PS5, but Horizon Zero Dawn was one of my favourite games of the last/current generation, so I'm going to have to go with Forbidden West.
Okay.
Real Kahuna from the Seal podcast says
him.
Elden Ring, short and sweet.
Yeah.
No fucking around.
Yeah. Could be good. Could be good. It's gonna be fucking nails.
Jacinta says, I'd probably say Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok. I think she's thirsty.
Her name is Jacinta.
I think she's thirsty for Kratos. Though, I also don't have a PS5. Ricey chips in again. Yeah, he's chipping in all the time. Ricey says, Dying Light 2. Can't remember the date for Ragnarok, but that's also up there. And also Breath of the Wild 2.
That's not coming this year.
Mint Safe says Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. That thing? I don't know.
Not that I was aware of, but maybe
I think that
who
came
gives
out
a
in 2009.
I doubt that's on anybody's most anticipated list for this year. apart
Saints
from
Row
him.
and Gran Turismo 7.
See, people want some fucking car porn.
Sean Teal says Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. My Tainted Brain says God of War definitely, although I don't have a PS5. A theme developing here. Yeah, and then Jacinta says I'm just tempted to play him on the PS4 Pro. Tim Chopper Kelly says, is Starfield by Bethesda out this year? If so, it's that. And then they talk about PS5 and Tom.
There is another game that I actually forgot to mention that we should all
mention it now.
All be looking out for this year. All three of us.
Go on.
Because I think all three of us are going to really like this game. Right? I'm going to say, and there's not many games that we all universally like, as we know. But that game would be Somerville.
What?
Which is from the developers of Inside.
Oh, okay.
It's good. Which is
we
this,
like their games.
This weird, cool-looking sci-fi.
Only one
game.
of them, though.
Yeah, it is only one of them, but still, it looks very inside.
So the makers of Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, look, it is.
Every game that comes out now, we should just say it's from the makers.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously, it's going to be a dark, weird puzzle platformer where aliens have landed.
Jacinta says, I'm totally thirsty for Kranos, you're right, but I'm also thirsty for Alloy, so there's that. So,
like tin and aluminum? What?
No, Alloy is the main character from Horizon Zero Dawn.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, Alloy. So very good. So there you go.
I also haven't played Subnautica.
If anyone's got any others that we didn't talk about, well, we've not talked about many really, to be fair. But we didn't mention, drop us an email because guess what? We've got some emails due this week. So there you go.
Thanks for everybody for commenting on
the
Discord.
thank you for everybody.
Now fuck off.
that rule.
I forgot about the other game that I've been playing. Wordle.
Oh.
Have you been checking this
Oh,
shit
no,
out?
I keep seeing things about this.
I keep
Wordle.
seeing everyone's going on about
Everybody's
it.
playing it.
People are
Everybody's
losing the
playing
shit
it.
Is it
over
worth
Wordle.
playing though? Is it fun?
Well, I'm shit at it because it's words, so I'm fucked.
Okay,
Right.
Duke will love it.
So Wordle
Maybe I should try
basically
it.
is there's a game show in Britain and it's the same thing. You've got to guess what the 5-letter word is. So the
Okay.
first row you have to just put in a random 5-letter word, right?
Okay.
So then
this is the code cracking on Fallout computers.
So then you type in. My first word is usually beats, right?
Okay.
So then I type in beats and it'll say, oh, like it'll highlight a letter in
It's
yellow.
mastermind.
In yellow, it's mastermind. It's exactly that. If it's yellow, you've got the fucking letter right, but it's not in the right place.
Right.
If it's green, you've got the right letter in the right place, and then you have to keep going.
I've never liked these kinds of games. I don't
to
know why.
So
I mean, whatever. Like people like whatever they like. and more power to them. I
everybody's
just-
playing it, dude.
Yes, they are.
The
but
Queen
we all know how
is
I fit
sitting
into
there
that
going,
whole
bloody,
everybody.
Andrew, will you stop being a fucking nonce and let me play Wordle, you fuck? Just go back and stop. You fuck. What the fuck are you doing now? I told you not to hang around with that fucking Epstein. Fuck off. And she's
Wow.
I
on
didn't
the
realize
bog.
the Queen cursed so much.
Yeah, she does all the time. She
Apparently.
swears like
Wow,
a trooper. Apparently.
very
No wonder
unladylike.
Harry fucked off. I'm just trying to play bloody Wordle.
Okay. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Where's the fucking toilet roll?
Let's read some emails, shall we?
She doesn't
Yeah, read 'em.
Let's just move on swiftly. There
Let's
you go,
hear
like
it.
it never happened.
I want to hear Chinny do more pedophile.
So the
voices.
first, yeah, exactly. The first
I guess it wasn't
email-
pedophile voice. It was the voice of someone complaining about pedophiles.
Yeah, it was
Very
a queen.
different.
Yeah, go ahead.
Queen.
First one, what?
The first email's from my tainted brain, right? And this came
What
to
up,
us
brain?
on December the 19th because this went into spam. Sorry.
Spam.
So we
Oh,
pulled.
no.
I pulled them all out of the
Better
spam
late than never.
so we could read it. And he
You
says,
pulled
"Hey
them out
all,
the spam bin.
all out of spam
Yeah.
bin. Hey all,
Hello.
Hey.
really hoping I got the email address right. Add to
I hope
that,
so,
I'm
too.
sending this at the last minute, so it's like a bit of a rush. Just wanted to wish you all, Mike, Stu, and Eric, a great Christmas holidays.
Yeah, we
And
wish
all
you
the
a Merry
best.
Christmas as well.
All the best for the new year. Thanks, guys, for the great shows. Thank you also to SLH for all the work she does behind the scenes. And finally, my thanks also to the contributors and friendly, supportive community. You helped make this podcast so damn great. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
I'll probably remember something else later on, but yeah.
That's
So
nice.
there you go.
Well, I
So
hope you had a
thank
good
you.
Christmas.
Brain.
Thank you, Tainted. I'm so sorry that this went into spam. But the next email is also out of spam. And this is a big email. So here we go. I'm going to go for
Okay,
this.
We better get started.
This is called Greetings, Long-Time Listener, Infrequent Email, a very long email.
Okay, we like
And this
that.
is
Go
from
ahead.
Mr. Steve.
Oh,
Mr.
snap. Wait, I got sound effect here. Whoops.
That's me.
There we go.
Mr. Steve, he has an email.
Also this one.
We haven't heard from Mr. Steve in fucking so many years. I cannot remember the
It's
last
been a
time he
minute.
sent us an email. So this
We're
came
glad
on
you're in touch now.
This one came January 5th, so I'm not too late with this one.
We're
This did
reading
go
it
into
right away
spam.
as soon as we got it. Oh, wait.
So I do apologize again, but fucking hell, I didn't even realize Mr. Steve was still, because he was a truck driver. Was he a truck driver? Do I remember that rightly?
I can't remember.
I feel like he was a truck
bad
driver.
game.
Anyway, he says this, hey guys,
Hey.
it is I, Mr. Steve. It
What's
feels
up,
like
Mr. Steve?
That's me.
it feels like forever since the last time I wrote in. It is forever. I reckon it's at least 5 years. It's a long time
Feels
ago.
like heaven.
Get ready for an
Song,
emotional roller coaster. 2021
Whoa.
2021 was an interesting year for me. I have to explain my sad story, or you won't get my quiz. So he's given
Okay.
us a quiz. He's done a quiz.
What?
I wanted to wait until the story was more complete instead of just writing in with a sad story. Like my house burnt down, end of story. Like, well, there you go, lol. There's a little more to the story now. So in the year
So wait,
of,
did his house burn down,
yeah,
or is that just an example?
he's
of a
actually
story?
sent pictures of the burnt
Oh
down house.
no, his house
So-
burned down. That sucks.
In the year of 2021, on my birthday, on his
Oh
birthday,
God.
my
Holy
house
crap.
burned down.
Oh,
There was an
jeez.
accidentally electric fire at my neighbor's house, and it made the local news link included. So I don't know. My sister has a Flemish giant rabbit. They are the largest rabbits in the world, and her name is Penelope. And she likes cuddling and following my daughter Aubrey around like a puppy. She woke up everyone when she thumbed on the floor, just like in the movie Bambi. It's how she communicates. Oh, thumped on the floor. So she.
Oh, I got you. Did the rabbit wake you up to save you from the fire?
It did. It's how she communicates. I have a hero
Holy
bunny
crap.
photo included. So the
Wow, that's
bunny
amazing.
rabbit thumped on the floor to get all of the family up.
Damn,
That's
a
impressive.
hero rabbit.
Wow.
Hero rabbit. But at last, don't feel sorry for me because a lot of good came out of this terrible incident. With
I
the
don't feel
large
too- I mean-
check, the large check I got from the insurance company, I was able to buy a nicer house and pay for my sister's life-saving surgery. Fuck me.
Oh my God.
This is a
What
year.
the hell? What is this email?
This is
Jesus.
unbelievable.
I have a feeling he's going to respond with another email next week going, you bought it. You thought all that stuff happened to me. I didn't get saved from a deadly fire by a rabbit. And then
good God.
surgery money.
She is doing well, and her quality of life has improved no end, and she is very happy, healthy, and has a new look on life.
That's crazy.
That's so great. It's Mr. Steve, right? That's
It is
fucking
great.
props to you.
That's amazing.
If you guys remember, I'm a bit of an odd duck. Yeah, we know that. We know that. So when I was house shopping because of COVID, real estate prices were crazy high, like double the usual rate. So I decided to think outside of the box and buy a commercial property instead.
Okay.
Quiz time, multiple choices. What did I buy instead of a traditional house?
Huh.
I'm liking this.
Dojo.
So option one, a Freemason temple, secret society to try and discover their secrets that might have been left behind and have a real adventure.
That would be a baller answer, but I don't think that's it.
Option two, a building with a liquor store as a current tenant for the long-term rental possibilities.
I could see that. The liquor
These are
stores
all
make
quite
money.
plausible. I'm liking this. Option three, an old movie theater. Why get a big screen television or watch a movie with my Oculus Quest 2 when I can live in a movie theater with seating for 500 people?
I mean, I just don't think movie theaters are a good investment right now, but that doesn't mean he didn't do it.
Number four, an old department store for possible revenue from a renter and free shopping carts. Sadly, there was only one.
That seems unlikely. I'm going with the liquor store.
Number five, a huge building that has everything of the above and was cheap enough to pay cash while having extremely low property taxes. The future me
He would
was not
get
worried
a
about it being a problem.
Freemason temple, a liquor store, department store, and a movie theater. That will be amazing. Go ahead. What is it?
So what do you think?
Guess,
so what are
Jenny?
you going for? What's your guess? What's your guess?
I'm
Jenny?
going to
My
go
guess
with
is
the fourth one.
So you're
all
going
of the
old
above.
department store.
I'm
No,
going with
department
liquor store. Oh, just the old department store. I'm going liquor store.
I'm going. I think I'm going huge building that has everything of the above.
That would be
I'm going for the big
nuts.
one. The big one.
All right, let's hear it. Wait, should I give you a drum roll?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't got to the answer yet. I think it's at the bottom. I don't want to keep rambling on. I listen to the podcast every week. As a truck driver, I was right. He's a truck driver. Who has sold my soul to a large evil corporation. I love your show. It's entertaining and informative. When I put on your podcast, I'm pretending to be a businessman with a very long commute that's on muted conference calls with you guys. Aww.
Well, I like the fact that you're willing to be a businessman because the world needs more of us. How you doing, everybody? Bob again. Nice to talk to yous.
There you go. How are you doing, businessman
That's
Bob?
it. I guess I'm gone. Yeah, I'm fine. How you? Happy Christmas and all that crap.
Do you want any advice for Steve with his large building?
Yeah, I would say put in some porno theaters. That's a new thing that's going to come back. An OnlyFans in there, something. And, maybe
casino would be good, would it?
Yeah, well, if you can get some of them indigenous peoples to, claim ownership of sacred land and all that. And, also NFTs. I understand that's a big thing people are going to buy money for.
You do that in a building?
Have you been
why not?
invested in
It'd be like NFT Walmart, like Walmart for NFTs.
Have you been invested in NFTs?
Oh, I bought all the NFTs. I got an NFT for this show.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I
shit.
didn't realize there was one.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's because I made it. You don't get to own it. I own it. I'll sell it. $10,000.
Is it? Oh, it's doing well.
Non-fungible. Well, I mean, that's the asking price. We'll see what
And has anybody
people give
bought
us money.
the 10,000?
Yeah, well, not yet, but I mean, yeah. Oh, we got a bunch of people who are in negotiations. It's gonna be great. Don't worry.
What do we get out of that 10,000?
Yeah, what do we get?
2 things: Jack and shit.
Thank you, business. I am
welcome.
thinking
I
about
see you later.
maybe
Oh,
you're not the best
yes.
choice as our manager.
All right. See you guys later.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, we've not heard off Mr. Steve for a while, and we haven't heard off Bob for a while until just now.
They came back at the same time. That's great.
Who knew? Anyway, I now know to avoid lawnmower simulators, which is a very important thing.
It is a good lesson to learn.
Answer. Can skip if too long. Optional boring details about the building. So here it is. This is what it was. Number 5.
Oh my God!
Massive,
all of the above. What the?
It's a massive 4-story, 22,000 square feet building. The minimum footage.
My house burned down. I'm gonna buy a retail space with a goddamn Freemason temple, a huge movie theater, a liquor store, and a department store.
Nice.
Wow.
The minimum footage to be required to be considered a mission is 5,000. I don't know what a mission is.
I don't either.
I plan on putting in a small apartment, movie theater, personal use only, where I'll be able to watch your stream like a
God
boss.
help us.
Yeah.
No.
A half-court basket with a workout gym, full arcade room with dedicated VR section. That used to be the old temple. And I already have a guy lined up to rent the old department store, and the money I will get from the liquor store, this building should pay me back for itself in 3 to 7 years, depending on circumstances. When this is finished, I'm picturing the apartment from the movie Big with Tom Hanks. Keep up the good work,
yeah,
Mr.
pretty much.
Steve.
Hold on. So there's 2 things that I need to happen. The first one is pictures.
Yeah, we need pictures.
And the second one is an invitation.
Yeah.
Like I want to get there.
Yeah, we do. It's going to be cool. So I'm just looking now at the footage of the fire. Flip me, there was not a lot left of that house.
Well, I can play the footage on the.
Oh, you've got the email as well, haven't you? I forgot about that. So Hero Rabbit, fucking sold off that massive building. What more could you have said? Excellent.
That's pretty remarkable. I mean, I'm glad you were able to turn the tragedy into something good.
Yeah, indeed.
Is that him, the dude with no shirt on?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
So next email, you can play that. Next email is from Maurice Atkins.
What up, Maurice?
Maurice, and he says we spent a new emailer to the show, by the way. This was another one that I'd managed to find its way into spam, but luckily I found it today when it came.
Thank God, you sorted it in time.
Maurice.
His name is Dufresne. That's D as in
Dufresne.
And he sent out a Wii Sports VR and pool. So hey guys, last week's episode. Someone mentioned it might be good to get a Wii Sports type game on the Oculus Quest. Well, there's already one available.
Okay.
And it's called All-in-One Sports VR on the App Lab.
Okay.
You see, I like these App Lab games.
What's it called? Let me find it on the...
All-in-One Sports VR. He has put a link. He has put a link in there. Got a fucking link. The game itself varying quality, but tennis, badminton, billiards. It's billiards, Chinny. And billiards are all worth a go for the price alone at $14.99. Be warned that the avatars are terrifying. They've been watching Squid Games a little too much, and the jank level is pretty high, especially on basketball.
Okay.
But the developers are frequently updating, so it's interesting to see the game improvements. For Chinny, the billiards game is fun. The table physics still needs some work, as the table sometimes turns into a glue. But clearing up still gives you great satisfaction.
We should get this.
I think we should get this. It's 15 quid. We can play some billiard. Is it going to be like snooker? I don't know.
It's going to be pool.
However,
pool. Like pool.
However, Chinny, you should definitely try Black Hole Pool.
What's Black Hole?
Black Hole Pool.
This presumably is
you rule?
Also on App Labs, and is the best pool simulator so far on Quest. The table looks good. The ball physics are pretty realistic. The control scheme can be a little tricky due to the Quest camera limitations, as you can't look behind you when you track your queuing arm. But once you play for a bit and get adjusted to them, is not a big issue. It is worth reading the Oculus reviews, which highlight the game's current faults, but the developers put in a ton of work recently to add improvements, and it is constantly getting better. And they do seem to listen to feedback. There was a demo version available to try out, and there is multiplayer. I think we should definitely try this.
So what's it called? Black Hole Pool?
Black Hole Pool. So this is an App Lab game. It's got
Unlike
4 and a bit.
Sex Business near Stewart, which is Blackpool Hole. This is a very different thing.
That's definitely a different thing.
Yeah.
Different thing altogether. There is. I think it looks pretty good, Chinny.
It does. It does look pretty good. I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
We'll give this a go. How much is it? How much is this? This is just a get game. You don't even have to pay for it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, no price of entry alone.
It's raining games.
Oh, you have to pay and get in-app purchases available. So I wonder what.
Bastards.
Fucking bastards.
I'll get your money one way or the other.
How do you play it? Look, that's nuts.
We'll have a go. Keep up the good work, fellas. Morace. So thank you very much. We do like.
Thank you,
we do like
Dufresne.
recommendations.
Yeah.
I must admit, I've been recently looking more at App Lab stuff, so I've started to get more into that kind of stuff. We've got a question for the show to finish off from Jonathan Davies.
Okay.
And he says this: "Hi guys, Play-Doh's
What's
Blues."
up?
Yeah, Play-Doh's Blues. I wanted to send an email about the idea of well-known locations in video games. I thought about this after Chinny and Stu's comments on Forza Horizon Now Stu Light 4 because it's set up in the north.
Oh, like actually.
And I think that's why the horticulture game I like as well, because that's all set in the Lake Districts as well, so that's kind of cool. And I know all the places. Anyway, since getting a gaming laptop last year, I've gone down the rabbit hole with simulator games, bus sims, flight sims, truck sims, and I've steadily played games since 2014. At the start of lockdown, I got interested into Train Sim World.
Okay.
And now I've invested some time and money to Train Simulator on PC, collecting various routes across the UK, US, and Germany. This got me thinking. I think the main reason I play these games are for the recreation of places. I know on Train Sim, I purchased lots of routes of places where I live, and I've been to and really enjoyed the novelty and familiarity it brings. I've no real interest in trains or buses or trucks, etc. But I feel a fair amount of people scoff at these types of games, but they're great just to sit back and chill with podcast or music. Anyway, just my thoughts and would love to hear your own. P.S. Started playing Hell Let Loose. Awesome World War II game. Really hits that Battlefield itch, which has been missing over the past few entries. Give it a go. Yeah, I agree. I mean, any game I can play where it's actually somewhere I know is always cool. I don't know about you.
I agree. That's fun.
Yeah. I think so. I'm looking forward to. Like when I came back from LA, I jumped on GTA just to see. Like,
and I was when I came back from Venice, I jumped onto Assassin's Creed. Is it Brotherhood that goes to Venice? I think it was Brotherhood or 2.
2.
Is it 2?
And when I came back from the underworld hanging out with Satan, I played Doom. So I mean,
yeah, you did.
You know.
Yeah, I did. What was weird about playing Assassin's Creed? It took me fucking ages because you got to unlock Venice. So it took quite a while to get to it. So I was like, shit, I'm going to play a lot of this game before I see Venice.
Play it.
And then I realised how much smaller it was in the game than in real life. And I was like, oh yeah, it's tiny.
Little mini Venice.
Spider-Man, I think, has the best recreation. Is it Spider-Man recreation of New York?
Spider-Man
in a game.
Spider-Man. Yeah, I should play Spider-Man. You know what? I'm looking for an excuse to play Spider-Man again. I fucking love Spider-Man.
Well, when you've been to New York,
play it.
Boom.
Play fucking Spider-Man.
Because it's the closest recreation of New York I've seen. Scale-wise as well, because it's a massive map. Massive. Massive. And that's it for emails. We have got a couple of speak pipes, so I will hand over to Duke. Speak pipe! It's the way to leave a message.
No, Garrett. Sounds like a great guy.
Derek. Derek.
The first one's from Derek Sines.
Hello, Veteran Gamers. It's Derek Sines back again. Today I've deleted a game from my PS4 hard drive as well as the save, and that game is Dark Souls Remastered. I thought I'd give it a try after having it on my hard drive for the last 6 months.
How could you have a game on your hard drive for 6 months and not play it?
Because it was too scared to play. It was too scared.
I do that with Subnautica.
Yeah,
and I realized after 20 odd hours of the game, it just was not for me. I felt as though I'd hardly scratched the surface of even the beginning area, and I died a lot, as you do in these games. I know Neil from the Seal podcast recently has gotten into the Dark Souls universe with Dark Souls 3, and I think he's playing Dark Souls Remastered himself. But it's one of those games, Dark Souls, where I think you have to watch at least 5 or 10 videos on YouTube just to learn how to use the menu and equip the items and do the moves before you even start playing the game properly. And you probably have to put maybe 100 hours into it at least before you get somewhere decent in the game. And I just didn't want to spend that much time for what I was getting out of the game.
I don't blame you.
And I know that a lot of people love the Dark Souls series, but I don't think the veteran gamers have any particular affinity for that style of game. So
I
I've got a
liked it
question
when,
for
when
you.
it was Demon Souls.
Remember the last game that you played where it may not have been a bad game, it may have been an excellent game, but you played it and realised this game is just not for me. I put some time into it. I've worked out what style of game it is. And lots of people love it, maybe, but it's just really not for me. And you possibly deleted it from your hard drive or wherever. And that's it, so keep on gaming.
I've got one.
Astroneer, I did that this week.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But I've got one that sticks to mind.
Go ahead.
Kentucky Route Zero.
Yeah, you weren't crazy about
like,
that one, huh?
people bang on about this game like it's some phenomenon. Like, oh my god, it's so like brilliant. I do not care at all about this game, and like how weird it is and how trippy it is.
Do you understand why people like it? Is it the type of game where you can Okay, fair
like
enough.
no, like I suppose people like it because they're like
they're like Stu.
Yeah.
What am I looking for? Pretentious
hipsters.
Like, I suppose. I don't know. I just find it like boring.
Yeah.
Like so boring. I'm just baffled with Kentucky Route Zero. Like, why? Why?
It's just amazing. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just so boring.
It's flipping amazing. You're so wrong. So wrong. You're wrong, Chinny. You're wrong.
I mean, did you like it?
I did, but weirdly, I've not played the last part yet. I've got the last part. I've never played it. I need to play the last part, don't I? I should do that.
Yes.
Maybe.
What did you like about it?
I just like the intrigue. It's just weird. I just like the mystery. It's a mystery. What's going on?
Nothing makes sense though. Like,
exactly. That's what I mean. The mystery.
Yeah, but like, there's intrigue.
Figuring out what's going on.
There's intrigue and there's just random shit. Like, you know, like you go in the lift and you're going up this lift and you can see what's on each floor, and then just one floor there's just a fucking load of bears.
Yeah.
So like,
you want to know why?
There's intrigue and there's just stupid shit that just makes no sense.
Well, Russ Hill said a lot of beginners' poetry is like a lot of beginners' mystery writing, deliberately unintelligible to make the shallow seem deep. And I think that's true of a lot of video games too.
Yeah, I think you're right. So anyway, mine will probably be Horizon Zero Dawn because I just don't like that game.
Fair enough.
That's fair enough.
You know what I mean? I've tried.
Courses, as they say.
I've tried playing it. Don't know what to say anymore.
Oh, I've got one, a more recent one, Yakuza. But I can kind of see why people like those games. I can sort of see, like, oh, I get it, like, but it's just it's just not for me. Kentucky Route Zero is, I don't even know what fucking planet you're on. Like, are we even playing the same game? Yakuza are like, I get it. It's random. It's funny. It's quirky. It's like there's a beat 'em up there. There's a game there, you know. But it's just not for me. I just can't deal with
not for you.
The 3 different types of cutscenes that they put in. The over-explain, like running in and out of a fucking pawn shop to just try to ring him for no reason. Over-explaining everything in the story and pretending that it's like a good story. Look, flashback into things that happened 2 minutes ago. Like, none of it. Like, but people like that, like, sort of, like, weird stuff, I guess. But no, Yakuza.
It's wacky.
It's wacky.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
I don't mind wacky, but like stupid wacky.
No,
like...
whacked him. And then we have got another speed pipe, I believe.
Yes, we do. How about that?
Her name is Jacinta. Hey guys, I forgot to write an email and it's kind of too late to do that, hoping you get the speak pipe in time. But if not, oh well.
That's really late. Like, I don't have time to write a short email, but I have just enough time. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Actually, this is less than that. It's less than a minute.
This is a special speak pipe edition brought to you by Omicron, the disease that I currently have and probably deserve for banging on about how Australia doesn't have COVID. But that's okay. We live and learn. It's not too bad. Vaccines are good.
Yes.
I'm okay. I'm currently playing more of The Witcher and basically just playing Gwent. That's all I care about is getting the Gwent cuts.
Interesting.
Ciri is out there somewhere, but, you know, not relevant.
Gotta get that Gwent.
Gwent is the real game. All right, bye.
You know there's a standalone version of Gwent, right?
There is.
I don't know if I
play
played
that.
any Gwent.
Oh, I hated it. I played
like
I
one
played
hand
the
and
bit
I
it
was like, all right, I'm
made me
done.
play.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was it. I was
Does it
done.
make you play Gwent? Does it? I can't remember.
Yeah, only in one mission.
you the
You only
ropes
have to
and then
play
you're done.
once.
All
Yeah,
right.
you're done.
Well,
So,
there you are.
Not my thing.
Remember,
Hey, I'll tell you what.
remember the pub games thing that Peter Molyneux
do.
released for
Yeah.
Fable?
God, yes, I do.
I remember quite liking that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they released it before the game came out, and you can earn money in that,
Money
which
for
would
the game.
carry on through the game. I thought that was a good idea, and I even remember
was.
thinking that game's all right. Whatever, pub games or whatever it was, Fable pub game.
Peter Molyneux, that guy's all right.
That guy,
That guy's
that fucking guy,
alright.
he's got some fucking ideas. You should give him a fucking 20 million.
He's got some stones on him.
Yeah, fucking, I like that guy.
Yes, yes.
Hey, here's $1 million. Just don't make me tap no fucking cubes again, and we'll be good.
I'll tell you what Australia hasn't got. Novak Djokovic.
that?
They haven't got him, have they?
I don't know.
He's finally been deported today, hasn't he?
I don't
Oh,
know.
right, I heard
I
about
don't know anything.
So
about this
basically,
thing.
he's the world number one tennis player, but
Tennis
he's
is
a
whack.
but he's also an ardent anti-vaxxer,
Right.
Well, screw him.
and he turned up in Australia because he had a medical exemption because he had it in December, and then it turned out that he'd had an interview with a journalist the day after he tested positive, which is a bit naughty.
Mm-hmm.
And then in addition to that, on his declaration, he put that he hadn't been anywhere the previous 14 days before he went to Australia. Turned out he'd been to 3 other countries.
So he's a liar and a
So he
schmuck.
lied
Got
on his declaration, and he blamed his agent. I didn't. It was my agent's fault for writing it wrong.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do about it?
But finally, they made a stand today, and they fucking
This
kicked him out.
fucking guy.
He's took him to court. He spent a lot of money on lawyers, which makes me laugh because it cost him a fortune, and he got kicked out anyway, so he never got to compete. Ah,
good.
So there you go.
Sucks to suck.
That's what you get for being an anti-vaxxer. That's what I say. Right. I think that's it. We need to do some shout-outs and get the hell out of here.
Get the fuck out
I
of
think
here.
you're right.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Well, I'm going to shout out the impromptu arrival of Adam and Millie to the show tonight.
Yay, Adam and Millie.
Yeah, so they've both
I need
said
to
hello.
shout out Jin as well because that Jin is responsible.
Yeah, Jin is responsible, and Ice, Game
Yeah.
for Ice.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's my
There you
shout
go.
outs. I'm done.
So there you go.
Yeah.
And
I will
Chinny,
shout
by the
out-
way, I'll shout out Chinny for playing games with me this week. Should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's play some games.
You're
together.
welcome.
Thank you.
I will shout out Play Those Blues for the Overcrowd recommendation and the Railway Empire love. Jacinta and SLH have a better memory than I do. They're on the Discord talking about, hey, Duke, you played that Lens Island. And I'm like, no, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Because I looked on my
you were
Steam.
you were
and
so
it's- I
confident
didn't.
as well.
I
that
was
you
so
like,
confident because I looked at it and I'm like, I've never played this game. I think I would remember. Well, apparently I wouldn't because I think Jacinta dug up the show notes or something.
I knew
and-
the show notes would be
from,
useful.
Like 4 months ago, and she's like, and I was like, oh damn.
Every
I didn't
week.
play it.
Hold up a minute.
I put the games in in our show notes what we play every week, and I feel like sometimes
Yeah,
when no one's looking, I just put like no one reads this shit, right, and no one says anything, and then they actually came into some use. So
There you go. Thank you,
Brilliant.
Chinny. I'm sorry, Jacinta and SLH, for being so cocky. I was wrong. You were right. And yeah.
do you
Anyway,
know the name of this week's episode for the show?
Hallelujah, I have no words.
It's I haven't typed it in there yet, but it's Monkey Data Hunter.
Okay.
There you go.
That's
I
what
like that.
you said that at some
And
point.
everybody who showed me love this week, I will. Yeah, thanks everybody. It was a rough week, but I made it through. And
You made
I'm
it
feeling
through.
better. Yeah, so I'm
You're
lucky
getting
to
over
have
the
a
COVID,
network
the
of people
Omicron.
who I don't have a COVID, but I'm lucky to have a network of people, including the Duchess and people on Twitter who, you know, that's the best thing about social media is that they can give you a little boost when you're having a rough day. We can share each other's miseries and joys. So a friend of mine lost her cat recently, and that's sad. But other people have had positive things happen to them, and so you know we're a little less alone, and that's good. So cheers to everybody who's showing love to each other and to me on Twitter and elsewhere.
Very good.
And everybody who listens and everybody writes in, Jacinta and Derek, thank you. and whoever wrote the emails. I can't remember. Fancy building dude and the other
Mr.
one.
Steve for
Mr. Steve, right?
Only gonna have to so long.
He's fancy building dude.
Oh, is he fancy
He's
building?
not
Oh
fancy.
yeah, big building,
Wasn't
big
he?
building with his own pictures and cinema and
Yeah, there you
shit
go.
going on.
Right.
And that's it. Are we done?
No.
No, Chinny didn't do his.
Oh, did he not do his? I've already done his.
Jackass.
I don't know. I heard him talking. I've already done.
Shout out to Ricey55, the real Kahuna.
Yes.
Jacinta, Mint
Yay.
Safe, Sean Peel,
Wow, it's got
My
loads.
Tainted Brain, Tim Chopper Kelly.
Oh yeah.
These are the people that commented in the Discord. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You rock. We love you.
You do. You do.
Yep.
Is
Now
that
we're
it?
done, right?
Now we're done. Now we're fucking
All
done.
right.
If you like this podcast, there is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net. And on there, you find a bunch of links to other video game podcasts similar in vein to ours, but different in the way they're delivered. Some have all kinds of sound effects.
Are for old people.
Some talk about RPGs.
Some people say.
Come on now. Some might say that.
No one says that.
Then, of course, you have links to, great forums.
You don't have any
God, I feel like we're podcasting
with
check it
Shoop
out.
now.
VGHub.net is a great starting point for your podcast discovery.
Won't you? Won't you? Won't you? Why don't you? Why don't you just switch off the television set and go and do something less boring instead? Sitting at home, watch TV, turn it up, smoke good to me. Why don't you? Why don't you? Go, go, go!
So, Sir Sidney Poitier died recently, as you all
Oh, yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so we've been watching some movies starring him. First of all, he became a movie star out of spite. Did you know that? He grew up
didn't.
on an island in the Caribbean, and they were very poor, and he couldn't go to school. He had to start working. So he had 2 years of schooling. So when he went to New York, he had various jobs, and then he tried to get a job as an actor. He went to an audition, and he couldn't read the script at all well. So he got up there, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And the director said, "Get out of here, go get a job as a dishwasher or something." And he said, "I'm going to become an actor, screw you." And he's like, "No, you won't." And then he did. And there's something so beautiful about somebody becoming a professional, awesome, super top of the field out of spite.
Yeah, I
I
like
just think
that. I
that's
like it. Prove him wrong.
So anyway, we watched Last Night in the Heat of the Night, which is a good movie. And the previous weekend, we had watched To Sir with Love, which is one of the most well-loved movies about teaching ever. That movie is fucking weird. Have y'all seen it?
No.
I bet it's not as weird as the movie I watched, which can I
Well,
just say
it might
has
not be.
98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What
So
movie
it's
is it?
Pig. Have you seen Pig?
Yeah, I heard weird things about it. I have not
What
seen
the
it.
Kay just sat there at the end and went, "What the fuck have I just watched?"
Yeah, well.
It's one of the highest rated movies from 2021. Well, of
To
any
Sir
movie.
with Love came out before Rotten Tomatoes was a thing. So it's not gonna
Fucking
happen.
just the weirdest thing
anyway,
you've ever seen.
So this movie, he plays an American teacher. I guess he grew up in, I don't remember where he grew up, but he grew up, I think, maybe in the Caribbean or something. But anyway, he lived in America for a while, so he has an American accent. But he teaches in the UK, and I don't remember exactly if they say where, but it's like a rough school, and the kids are like, they've been kicked out of other schools, so like you're in for a challenge, man. But the only way they ever, I've been to some schools where the kids are not behaving. In this movie, they show that the kids aren't behaving in this way. In between classes, they'll have a record player and they'll play a record with mod. This is the 60s. Everyone's got mod dancing, and they're just dancing, doing the twist in the hall between classes. What a rough school to be teaching in.
Yeah, no, that is the roughest school though.
It is.
And he calls the students, at one point, I think one of the female students, it's not clear what exactly happens, but someone put something in the radiator and he starts freaking out "You girls are all a bunch of sluts and you need to start acting right." It's like, what the fuck going on? How are you calling these girls sluts? That seems so weird. And then the next day he's like, "We're going to study South America." And then 2 days later, he's like, "Here's how you make a salad." And you're like, what the fuck is this movie? Now there is some sweetness.
You haven't
in the
obviously
movie.
spent
He
a lot
helps
of time in British schools.
Yeah, you definitely
I
haven't.
guess not. But it was just
That
I mean,
all sounded perfectly normal to me.
Yeah, it did.
Where's the weird part, dude?
Yeah, what are you talking about? What's weird?
So there's parts that are like sweet, and he gets it through to some of them, and they all respect him and stuff. And then they're singing the theme song. Like there's 4 moments in the movie where the theme song is "To Serve with Love," and you're just like, and at one point she's singing it at a school dance while he's dancing. And it's like, what are you doing? This is so weird. It's a weird movie.
I'm always amazed at how some of these weird films get so highly rated.
I know it was a different time, but yeah.
Part of me sometimes thinks it's just these pretentious twats who, a bit like me with indie games, who want to go, yeah, this film's amazing because I don't understand it. It's just so brilliant because I don't have a clue what's
why else
going
is David
on.
Lynch famous?
I think the best measurement for quality is time, isn't it? Like
Oh, yeah.
you if you look at like who won certain like picture of the year in the Oscars, like a lot of them like you don't remember, and then you find out that it lost, like what movies lost, and you're like, wow, that iconic movie that everybody loves lost to some movie that you've never heard of.
Yeah, exactly.
And time is the best reward. If people are still watching a movie and talking about a movie so long after it was made, then that's a reflection, and that's the same with video games. That's the same with music and whatnot. But like, I feel like,
or as Chuck D once said, who gives a fuck about a goddamn Grammy?
Yeah. It's so true. Right, I've got to go, guys. Thank you for tonight.
somebody in the Discord chat is called Dr. Note,
I like that.
and I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Not Dr. No, Dr. Note.
By the way, the Discord chat has been quite active this week. There's been quite a lot of stuff going on in the Discord.
Kicking off.
It is. It's been a busy
Place to
Discord.
be, people.
It's been a busy week.
Yeah, it's the place
Busy
to
week in
prove Duke
Discord.
wrong.
It is. It is.
If Chinny provides the receipts.
It is. Right,
And someone's
I've got to
bored enough
go.
to go dig through them. Yeah, bye everybody.
Good night, guys. I will speak to you. By the way, Chinny, we'll see if we can get some pool in this week at some point. Then
Yeah.
I'll get it downloaded on my Quest, and we'll shoot some pool, black hole pool.
Okay.
All right, mate.
No
Speak to you
worries.
soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Duke. Bye, bye.
Bye.